Hello, everybody. Oh, I'm gonna keep this off. Don't worry, I'm not sick. That was just fake. Don't worry. Oh no, it's now. Oh god. Okay.
Smooth as butter,
What
baby. I love it.
What have you done?
Smooth as butter intro as always. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Monster Fight Club. First premiere episode for the show that we're doing here on the Dice Cream Twitch channel. Thank you all so much for dropping by. Here with a brand new cast of players to play against. So excited to finally get to be able to collaborate with all these people. I've been following them, seeing their content for a very long time. So super stoked to watch them anger me and annoy me to no end as I try to do cool stuff and fail. So we're not going to get this intro. I'm not going to put on this intro very much. Oh my God. 1, 2, 3. We're going to try this again. I'm not going to take too much time here. We're just going to go through the intros, have everyone introduce themselves, tell you what kind of character they're playing, and we'll just dive right into this thing. So at first, we'll go with Yerpy.
Hey, I'm Lindsay. My username is Yerpy11. I'm going to be playing a elf druid named Thea Craymore, and I'm super excited for that. Upcoming events, like for me wise, I'm going to be restocking my store, my Etsy store, with my dice, because I make dice, and I'll be rolling with some specially made druid dice that have nice little flowers in them and stuff during this game. I'm going to be launching it at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my Etsy, which my Etsy is linked in all of my social media platform bios.
The dice are amazing. They like put up all their dice making stuff on their TikTok, and it looks awesome. Very stoked for you on that one. Aiden.
Hello, I'm Aiden, Maelstrom Crows on TikTok. I have a link tree in my bio on my TikTok that links to all of my other social media, since it's a little different kind of everywhere. Formerly known as Mars Bitters, if any of you know. I'm going to be playing a wood elf artificer, Prometheus. If some of you have been keeping up with my TikToks, you'll know that I have been cosplaying a modern version of Prometheus from the Greek legends, and so I've decided to make a D&D version of him for tonight. If you want to see my face in other places other than social media and TikTok, you can find me at the Arcane Adventurers. We do streams every Tuesday and Sunday. One-shots on Sundays, campaign on Tuesdays.
Yeah, they're a great group of people. I love watching those streams. that train one that you guys did recently, or like the little murder mystery one with the goblin. Yeah. Oh, it was so funny. Chaz is a great DM. All right, Kanoa, Daddy.
Why, hello there, son. My name is Kanoa Daddy. Hey, everybody. I'm also a streamer. My name is Kanoa Daddy. I'm just a chill dude who likes to play video games, and we play D&D once a week on Thursdays. If you like D&D stuff, consider coming in and hanging out sometime. I'm also doing a $1,000 giveaway, just in a way to try to kind of promote growing the YouTube. So if you guys want cash, it's all in my Linktree, Linktree/Kanoa Daddy. It's literally as simple as like giving me your email and then being like, hey, so subscribe to your YouTube, money me. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And my character's going to be a tryhard, so don't worry about all that.
I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing after the stream.
Money.
Get that cash.
Doesn't hurt.
Yeah, their streams are Kanoa's streams are awesome too. The D&D group he has is amazing. It's a really good story. Highly recommend checking that out when they stream. And up next we got Red Queen Hales. I never know where I am on the stream. Best way.
I'm everywhere. I'm omnipotent. So I'm Haley, or Hales, or Red Queen Hales. I'm basically the same username everywhere, from TikTok to Instagram. I'm currently have open art commissions, so if you need art, feel free to hit me up via DM on Instagram, and I can get you some sweet, sweet art loot for the low, low price of my tears. So, I'm super excited today. I'm going to be playing a Draconic Bloodline Dragonborn Sorceress based off my dragon character from my TikToks, aka Margot. Not Marco or Mango or Wells Fargo. Margot.
Margot. Not Wells Fargo.
The richest gold dragon in the land.
This is also my very first time ever being on anything like this, so this is my debut.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good job. Yeah, you've been a big supporter of all the other sort of TikTok D&D streams that have going on. We always find each other in the chats.
Oh yeah, when you were on with Freckled Hobo, I lost my mind.
That's right. Yeah, I even like you remind.
You
I, like,
said my name and I screamed. My roommate
Yeah.
was like, "Are you okay?"
you messaged me. You're like, oh, you're gonna have her like as a guest. Like, I'm a big fan of hers, and I like on purpose was like, yeah, I have a friend called Red Queen Hales. Really liked your stuff. I knew you were.
I suddenly started sweating.
Yeah, and she's actually going to be playing in our next one shot this Sunday, for nearing the end of our Prince of Frost saga that we've been doing over the last couple months. So replaying their freckled hobo, or no, it's their freckle of the druid subclass she homebrewed. Circle of the Freckle, that's it. And it is awesome. It's such a good homebrew druid class. She plays a little small, like 2-foot fox. That's pretty much a tabaxi, and is just like a troublemaker, likes shiny things and steal stuff. Super fun. But yeah, so up next we got the Super Goat.
Hello, everyone. I am the Super Goat on here on TikTok, and you can find me on most other social medias. It's very nice to be here with everybody. One of my more recent projects is actually a series of D&D one-shots here on Twitch. You can find me on the Super Goat for people of color and other minoritized communities in the D&D community. So you can hop on by. It's super fun.
Hell yeah.
Getting a follow from me right now, friend.
Yeah, hang on. Let me.
Yeah, we actually had our first one last week with the oh so wonderful Corso on here as well.
Hey, awesome. And who are you playing?
Oh, right. I forgot about that. I will be a satyr monk, because what better way to play than a satyr if you're the Super Goat? We'll see what shenanigans I can kick up, if you will.
Also getting kicked a million times in the nuts when you have hooves is very effective.
Yeah.
And last but certainly not least, Corso.
Hey, I am D&D Corso on TikTok. Name is Corso. You can call me as such, he, him pronouns. And projects I've got going on right now. The whole reason I created my TikTok to do all my D&D stuff was to promote our D&D podcast, Lark Gaming and Mischief. So it's a 5e podcast, a POC DM, that's me, and 3 femme players, that's them. And we do a whole fun little thing. So yeah, check out Lark Gaming. Otherwise, I'll hunt you down and, I don't know, just guilt trip you. And outside of that,
We'll
I'm
tag you in
playing
videos and be like, you better effing watch this right now.
You better be there.
Just be a TikTok tag pointing at you.
I'm going to do that after this now. Like you said it's happening. But I'm going to be playing a changeling paladin. So we're going to have a little bit of fun, and it is a UA Oath of the Watchers. So if any of you guys like the UA stuff, this is a fun one.
Yeah, I love the UA classes myself. That's why I kind of like doing these kind of special little shows here, and even in the one shots too. Like, I really like seeing players get to play those and like see how they operate and go. So I just find, like, I love all the, the official classes. They're fun too, but it's cool to see those things get used as well and just kind of open up what's allowed in games. So
yeah, it's playtest material. It's a good place to test it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So like I said, I'm not sure if I mentioned this at the start, but Monster Fight Club is a little bit different from our usual shows here on the Dice Cream Twitch channel. Not typical, campaign story that's like, it may take 5 hours. We'll see how long it goes, but it's not a typical story. This mainly combat based. The objective being to be able to invite players from all sides of the content creation streams, get them on here, let them try out builds they've never tried before, classes they've never played before, and let them fight newer monsters. This show is very much about showcasing newer monsters that most have probably never even fought before or even seen battle on a stream before. So the monsters on here are going to be more or less focused from like Theros, Wildemount, Ravnica, even the new Rime of the Frost Maiden that's going to be coming out in September. And I just love the ability for players and creators just to like try things, test things, even like character ideas that they were like, I think this is really cool. And they try it like, I was so annoyed by the end. I hate that idea now. Just play. This whole show is just about play, everyone. So without further ado, we shall begin our little story here. So, 6 of you are in a holding cell in a massive gladiatorial arena in the city of Brass. You have been participating in this long 4-day event that brings fighters, magic users, insanely powerful creatures from all across the realms, all across the planes. So once a year, a group can be named the team champion of the city of Brass and its Olympic level sized fighting event that it puts on every year. You two, the 6 of you had not really met before. Everyone entered into the city of Brass, and on day 1, all the fighters kind of picked random numbers, and you kind of all clumped together as a team. All of you have different reasons for being here. The money is not bad. The prestige ain't bad either to get hired for future jobs. Everyone, maybe you want to bring some of the prize money back home to your home worlds. Maybe you just want to have that recognition of being the number one in a team champion setting. All of you different reasons for being here, but so far you have been able to work through any differences you may have had at the start and have been just carrying on in this tournament, slaying creatures and other fighters one round to the next. It is now day 4, the final day of the tournament. Your team has made its way to the top, and the special guest host, a special bard, half-elf bard known as Giles Montgomery, who is kind of very famous at one point for being a famed musician, using his magical talents to woo the crowds, but he's a little bit past his prime, so now he hosts events like this and other things that people of great power kind of come into, kind of like, the D&D version of like a Simon Cowell of sorts, just gets paid money to be places, he's got nothing better to do, talks about the old days, but he does still draw a crowd. So currently, the crowd is all settling into their seats. You can hear the hum and the roar of people talking outside. You are currently in your little holding area, looking in front of a wooden gate that's got like weapon splinters in it, dried blood on the ground, even just like sort of dried blood paths of bodies being stretched out from the kill floor to like a random room off to the right there. But you guys are all sitting here waiting patiently for that gong to ring and the gate to rise.
Okay. Well, one more fight and we'll be out of here. I'm ready.
I don't know that it's always going to be that easy.
When in doubt, I can just burn this place to the ground.
And you haven't already?
Fire is beautiful. You have what do you have to add?
Okay, fair enough.
Has anyone gotten a look at what we might be up against this time?
Judging by the bloody bodies all over the floor, I'd say something interesting.
It has to be for the final battle.
Yeah. Or they were just testing us, and this is just going to be the easiest battle of our life, and we're going to be fighting a tiny snail, and we'll be fine.
Oh, so were those screams earlier just Giles trying to practice his old days?
100%. He's going into a new profession. Yeah, he's just working on his voice.
Oh, because I've heard hogs screaming that sounded better. Just saying.
Oh, we'll just pass
Friend
him.
will smile and say, "I'm sure you have."
Holy!
Look up with a playful look before looking over the rest of you, and say, "One more. We focus it down. And then maybe after this, I'll buy you all a drink.
Hear to that.
I'll take that.
Whatever strongest brandy they have on tap.
I'll be sure to find something spicy for you.
I mean,
I'm not a cheap whore.
I want us all to just remember that he said that. When this is over, he's not allowed to back out of that, all right?
Oh, I will be holding him to it. That's a definite.
oh yeah, no, he's not allowed to die.
Okay, so the rest of us, I'm fine with me dying, and at this point, the rest of us dying. But as long as he makes it out alive, I'm fine.
I'm glad that we can all see eye to eye on this.
Gotcha. We'll get the drinks. Yes.
Before anything else, I have something special that I can do for some of you. I have 2 infusions left that I can do something special to. So if you have a weapon or an arcane focus that you want a little bit of an extra boost to.
Better for you all than me.
I mean, I have my quarterstaff here. That would always be very exciting to get a little bit of boost to.
Yeah, sure, give it to the goat, see what he can do.
Keep it go.
Yeah.
He's going goat, y'all.
What can you do? What can you improve?
I have a grand total of 8 infusions that I can do something special with. So I can enhance your arcane focus. I can enhance your armor, your weapon. I can replicate a magic item. I can also make a neat pair of boots.
How neat are these boots?
Just a little bit of mild teleportation. No big deal.
That is quite neat. If no one else will opt for one. If no one else opts for any assistance,
Sure,
you piqued my interest with enhancing armor.
sure, give him the shoes. If that's what makes him happy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
I'll put myself out there for armor.
Yeah.
If no one else is going to opt in here, I will certainly opt into living to get you guys those drinks.
I'm fine with whatever.
What kind of defense are you looking for? Are you looking for a kind of defense of just general harder to hit kind of defense, or are you looking for a specific resistance to a certain kind of damage, one would say?
If we knew a little bit more, I would say something specific, but I suppose we'll have to go general.
All right. So Prometheus goes and let me double check to see how long it takes to infuse an item.
You might want to make those shoes red. I'm sure they'll be covered in blood soon enough.
So infusing an item, sorry, I interrupt this amazing roleplay. I'm loving this. Infusing an item does take a little bit of time in the regular sense. I think it takes it can be up to an hour or half a day, I think, depending on the item. But for the setting we're in, we're just going to say that the infused items just take a few minutes for you as you're able to do that while you're waiting to go into the arena.
Excellent. All right. In that case, I'm going to enhance your armor with the enhanced defense. So, to double check, creature gains a +1 bonus to armor. The bonus increases to +2 when you reach 10th level in this class. Given that we are 10th level, would that be a +2?
Sorry, say that again with the levels.
So, with the enhanced defense, a creature gains a +1 bonus to armor class while wearing the armor or the shield or of the infused item. And the bonus increases to +2 when you reach 10th level in this class, is the wording on that.
Yeah, so it'd be +2.
Be still, my beating heart, Prometheus.
I thought his ego.
That's
Surprising.
I came here to test out a few little gadgets and toys of mine, so I'm glad that I'm able to help.
They're quite impressive, I do have to say.
It is impressive tinkering, I will say.
A deep bow on Current's part to you.
It's fancy.
Joycey.
Were you saying that you could also do weapons by chance?
Yes,
Right.
I can
So,
do. I can do basically the exact same thing, but to your weapon.
okay.
Or if you want something particularly special, there's another thing that I can do. It's called Radiant Weapon. Essentially, it makes your weapon magical, gives you a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls, and while holding it, you can take a bonus action to cause it to shed bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30 feet. And with 4 charges, as a reaction after being hit by a melee attack, you can expend 1 charge and cause the attacker to be blinded until the end of the turn,
Nice.
unless
Well,
they succeed on a con save.
if you could, I would love that.
Radiant Weapon coming up.
Thank you, Prometheus. I'll give it a twirl after you're done and put it back on my back. Ready to go, I think.
So long as my ego doesn't get in the way, and I'll look over to the Dragonborn. Says, we should have no problem.
Oh, well, it'll just be a bigger target to keep us all alive.
He kind of looks you over. He says, worry not. I'll tip the scales for you.
I mean, unless you can outclass a dragon, I don't think I have much to worry about.
You haven't tried yet. After this, consider it a date.
Intriguing. And she just turns away and walks to the side.
He'll smile and stand at the front of the gate waiting for it to drop.
Prometheus is going to go up to you and kind of nudge you on the side and say, hey, survive and she might be into it. Maybe.
He says, you're giving me a pretty good reason to survive.
You never know until you live.
Well, he'll look back and says, did anyone else take you up on your tinkering?
Yes, the goat fellow.
Oh, you're swinging around a shiny sword now, aren't you?
I got a shiny little quarterstaff, yes.
Oh, I love it.
So as you guys are saying this, sort of getting your preparations in order, you then start to hear different music coming from the band section of this arena. All of the choir starting to emanate into the air as the crowd starts to cheer and scream as the opening ceremonies have now begun. And you hear off the distance in a very loud voice, welcome, welcome everybody to the final round of the City of Brass tournament. Now, let's introduce our fighters who have so valiantly made their way to the end of the road. Open the gates! And as that happens, a hat gets caught on my headphones. And then the gate starts to rise up, and this immense wave of heat and dust and sand kind of comes through into your being as you've been in kind of this cooled down concreted area. And as you walk through the gate, these horns just start to rise up as the crowd is going ah and cheering you all on. And up at the sort of middle part, and this arena is massive. There's like 15 or so levels to this thing. It just goes on forever, like the Superdome times 2. And it's just this huge event. People have got banners. There's little fireworks being emanated from mages at the bottom. It is a grand spectacle. And in sort of the midway point of this arena, you see a rather slim fellow, a very long coat that's kind of like a dark purplish, almost like a penguin coat, like a tuxedo with tails at the end, sort of deep purple on the outside and a bit of a lighter purple on the inside with sparkling interior design. And he's wearing this massive, huge helmet that's way too big for his own person, but just trying to put on a show. And this was actually one of the helmets of the last group that perished in their battle. So there's still like some blood stains on it from here and there, giving you a little bit of like, I recognize that helmet. Okay.
Yeah. Margot like whispers under her breath, "How tacky."
And then
as we enter, Thea's kind of got a little bit of a hop in her step as she waves to the crowd in kind of a like, "Yes, look at me" type of way.
And as the crowd is sort of cheering for you guys, Giles kind of looks at the crowd and kind of gives his hands out to hush them down. Is like, "As customary to these events, we will have the fighters here say their names and introduce their entry slogan." And then looks over to you, points over to you, Kanoa Daddy.
Oh, great. Yes. Corinth will simply step forward, now losing all semblance of a showman at all. Simply steps forward, pulls a wand from his waist, and holds up his shield. He says, "Corinth Eisenthir. No slogan necessary."
Simple, effective. Then he points over to Aiden.
Hi. Prometheus. I left my steel defender at home by accident, but it's fine. I'm here.
Then points over to Red Queen.
Margot like kind of saunters up and like brings like her hand to her mouth, and she's like, "I'm Margot. Bold of you to assume you can address me."
Power move.
Shade.
What have I gotten myself into?
What have you gotten yourself into?
Waves the hands around, points over at the super goat.
And so my character will pull out his quarterstaff that is all magical now, and will do a jump in the air. And as he does, will do a kick with his goat legs as he spins the staff around and hops down again, and will say, "Arrhenius, at your service, ready to kick some butt."
Awesome. We got Corso.
And what is this guy's name again? The guy who's
Giles Montgomery.
Right, Giles. Okay, so my character's name is Nebula, and Nebula is going to walk forward as well. He's a changeling, and he's going to suddenly transform his appearance into Giles, and he's going to just stare straight at him, and he's going to say, "Nebula Gravicon, and I'm here to take care of some business."
Margot looks
and he's
over.
just staring right at him.
Margot looks over. She's like, "It's even tackier up close."
And then he'll shift back into his normal form.
Oh, thank God.
I believe he takes 2d10 fire damage from that one.
Burn.
I don't know how comfortable I'd be seeing myself eviscerated, but anyway. And then he just turns around and points over at Yerby.
So I kind of do a little bit of a hop, and I'm like, "Thea Craymore, and let's knock him dead."
Yeah!
You're so happy-go-lucky.
All right. So as you have all introduced yourselves with your entry slogans, the crowd cheering you on, the band in the stadium suddenly changes its tune from the ceremonial sounds to battle music. And as Giles has the crowd in the palm of his hand, signals over. Now, we all know as customary with this tournament, our creatures, our monsters, the enemies that our friends fight are a bit more unusual than you might imagine. We go out of our way to go to the farthest reaches of every region, find the most rarest and most vicious animals for our final fight, ladies and gentlemen. And this year we looked hard. We looked very, very hard. But we think we're going to enjoy this one because these are creatures that have not been seen in over 500 years. Yes, very rare creatures that are brave men, women, creatures of all shapes and sizes, tragically lost their lives so that we could acquire these beings. But it will be a treat for you, as I'm sure it will be for me. Release the core spawn! And as that happens, there's a gate on the other side. and you're expecting it to raise up, yet it doesn't. Instead, the ground near that area just starts to shake as you can feel these tremors kind of moving up from underground. And as you looking towards, you see these bug-like creatures come out from underground. They're dark purpley. They've got like 4 legs with giant pincers on the ends of them, tails, big mandible claws. Another pair shoot up from underground, insectoid looking with these long sort of spear-like arms, almost like praying mantis with 4 wings that come out of the sides, like insect wings, with a bunch of like 8 or 6 eyes out of the top of their heads, with a little 2 giant sort of mandible pierce things at the other one that looks like has a giant stinger coming out of the side. And then in the middle of all of these insectoid, disgusting, monstrous-looking creatures, you then see one of them that looks a bit more humanoid than the others. He rises from underground in this orb of pure blue light energy, holding a staff. And he's wearing this very tattered, dark, black and purplish robe with his hood covering his face, but these weird, jagged, sort of blue spikes are piercing out of the material. 2 like weird insectoid arms with hands though come out holding a massive staff with this big spiked crystal at the end of it, and the bottom of the cloak kind of hiding what the legs look like. And it's not until he just kind of rises up from above the ground, the legs underneath the cloak spring out, and there's about 6 little insectoid blades that just step onto the ground. And you are seeing a group of core spawn emanating from the deepest reaches of Xhorhas in Wildemount.
I'm in danger.
As
My
creatures-
next defender's gonna look like that.
And as the corresponds Seer with the staff, the cloak, looks like the spawn waiting for his command. Looks up at Giles, looks at you. Begin! Puts his hand out. Giant firework erupts, and now we're gonna roll initiative, people. Woo!
All right, so one thing to note with my UA Paladin here, I have Aura of the Sentinel. Any one of you around me gets a +4 to your initiative roll.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Nice. Tasty.
Excellent. So
Is that plus your initiative modifier?
Yeah, whatever you do, you also get a +4.
I got a nat 20.
So did I. I also got a nat 1. I'm not going to lie to you. In total, that puts me at a 10 after all the modifiers, but that is a nat 1, I got to tell you.
So Kevin, the reason why I said that I left my Steel Defender at home is because I forgot to discuss with you about the Steel Defender part of the Artificer. Because I picked Battlesmith.
Okay.
So, yeah. I'm not going to have that. For anybody who is watching who knows the Battlesmith subclass of Artificer, I've never played an Artificer before, so I didn't think that was going to be a thing, and I forgot it existed.
It is all good.
Just Bear Grylls, adapt, overcome, survive.
Exactly.
Okay. So we'll do 25 to 20.
I'm a 28. Or sorry, 26.
What's basic math? That's a +4 to initiative, right?
Yeah.
27.
Plus your initiative modifier.
Oh.
I have a +3 to dex, so yeah.
I got a 21 total.
Okay, so Aiden, you got 27.
Yep.
Okay, Knoa 26. Yerpy, you got 21.
Gotta go fast.
Okay. Fast.
Oh boy.
All right, 20 to 15.
I got a 17.
17. Okay. Ooh. And then we got 15 to 10.
I got a 7.
I got a 10.
Okay.
Is this the definition of talk shit, get hit?
It always
Not
comes
until you
out
get hit.
that way.
No, I think what it
Avoid
is
that.
you just don't care. You're like looking at them going, that? Really?
Bring it.
When
Giles
the
is
fight
back
starts,
here.
let me know.
She just like whispers to herself. She's like, and I thought Giles was tacky.
Oh, and I guess when we get to my turn, I'll explain it. But Kevin, I did use a level 2 spell while we were getting ready. I just realized I didn't mention, but it was the thing that we talked about in chat.
So do you want to describe that now?
Yeah, sure. So I guess back there in the gate while we were getting ready, because it's a 10-minute casting time, I cast Find Steed to summon my ethereal warhorse. And so now that it's actually begun, my warhorse comes trotting out from behind the gates to come up alongside me, and I hook up onto him.
What's his name?
This is Dagger.
I was gonna say if you had named it Rainbow Dash.
So close.
I
That would
would've-
have been great.
Oh great, just what we need, a My Little Pony on the team. Let's go.
I would have been all about that. All right, so Aiden getting the top score in initiative. It is your go.
Okay. These are 5x5 squares, I'm assuming.
They sure are.
And this has a range of. Ooh, that's a long range. Okay. 5, 10. Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20. Gonna move myself up here, so that's. Why not? I have an extra 5 feet of movement. And first thing I'm gonna do, I'm going to shoot it with my heavy crossbow.
Shoot it in the face!
And I'm going to attack it twice because I have multi-attack as a battlesmith. Thank God.
Woohoo.
Okay.
That's our little tinkerer.
Let's go.
Get him, Prometheus. Get him.
Okay. So couple things. So I also have enhanced my weapon before all of this, so I get a plus 10 to that. So one attack is a 20, not nat. The other is a nat 1.
Ooh, okay,
That's
okay.
3. Oh boy.
So
So which,
yeah,
which guy are you shooting here?
Out of the way.
If I can get to the top, I can hang it. Yes, that guy.
The Seer, the cloaked guy with the staff. Okay.
Yes.
So the first one is going to be a 20, you said?
Yes, not nat.
Okay.
Does a 20 hit?
It does hit.
Okay. And do you want to resolve that nat 1 now?
Yes, we will. So you try to shoot it with a gun?
With a heavy crossbow.
Yeah. So the nat 1 doesn't take purchase, but I don't think anything else happens.
Okay. I don't know how you deal with nat 1s because.
Oh, nat 1s for me, it's just you just miss. You don't get you don't poke yourself in the eye or the crossbow explodes. You just automatically miss.
Sometimes when I'm playing in my home games, the way that our DM does it is okay, a nat 1, roll it again, see which companion you hit.
Oh yeah. Well, I can see that, but you're not shooting at any of your friends either. So
Right.
we just do automatic misses here.
All right. In that case, that's going to be if I can do basic math.
I'm an art major, don't look at me.
I'm a creative writing major. No, 14 points of damage, and
It is going to use its reaction
oh no,
with that attack. So you're shooting it twice with a crossbow, yeah?
yes,
Yeah, so for Aiden, just super gung-ho, ready, got all these amazing inventions for this final fight. It's what you've been waiting for. Finally! Well, the whole team's I thought we were attacking it. Okay. Aha! Bap, bap. First one passes by, barely even moves. The ripple on its coat kind of rustles in the wind. Second one comes right to it. It just moves its staff in the middle. The whole giant bolt is whittled down to a tiny splinter and just goes and hits into it. It took the hit. You can see that the shard went into it, but not as a heavy impact as you were hoping, as it just cracks the arrow in two with its staff.
Fuck.
Is it possible to Arcana check what kind of magic that was?
Yeah. Is that a free action? Or
This was.
we see it happen. Do we recognize what it is?
Yeah, to Arcana check.
You can't really tell what kind of magic it is per se. It was just a reaction.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. So that was, how much was the full damage?
14.
14. So 14 is 7. So I'll take 7 points of damage for that hit.
Okay. Huh. All right.
Is there anything else you'd like to do? Bonus action, movement?
Let me double check to see if this is a bonus action. I don't think it is. I think this is a full action. Yeah, that's a full action. That's going to be my turn in that case. And I will stand here. I used all of my movement to get to this point. So.
Okay, no worries. Up next, we got the Kanoa.
Cool. We're going to take a few steps forward. This is going to sound like a lot. I'm sorry.
Bring it. This is what we're here for.
Corinth outstretches his hand, preparing to cast a fireball, but uses alchemical casting to enhance the fireball by burning an additional first level slot. He can add 2d10 force damage to the damage of the fireball. Also, he's going to erupt in flames using the Phoenix Sorcerer first level ignite.
Ooh.
So he's going to be swathed in flame, and he's going to center a fireball right in the middle of the enemy cluster.
Wow,
Okay.
I'm not so against that drink now.
Flame on!
Let's go.
Let's go.
The dex save you're looking at here is let's double check here, 17.
Okay, so it's going to be for all of those people.
Let me start burning these spells.
8. Okay, so let's do the 4 up front. So Dex is going to be 15, 18, 21, and 6.
So also because of Ignite, any fire damage I do, I get to add my Charisma to, which is 5.
Okay.
So in total damage, it's 45 or 22 for anyone who made the save.
Whew.
Gross,
Okay.
right?
What was the DC on that?
17.
17. Okay, so 2 of them survived. This is for the emissary. The other 3 behind. Fail. Oh, fail. And then for the hooded guy. Ooh, that's a save. So he has saved, which I'm going to put just a little marker. I'll put a marker for the failed one, so that'll be easy.
I don't know if this is relevant. Anything that has resistance to fire loses that resistance because of elemental adept.
Whew. All right. Even if they had it, they don't fucking matter.
Baby,
all of
burn.
these guys.
Disco Inferno.
Yeah. This is my fire character. Hey.
I love it.
Hey,
My-
same.
I know. We're getting along so well.
Just high five from across the arena.
Yeah.
All right. So these 3,
Oh, God.
these 3 saved. These 5 failed. So roll your damage. Let's see what's left after this thing.
Oh, I already gave you damage.
Oh, sorry, what was it?
It was 45 for fail, 22 on a save.
Okay, so, yeah, right away. Bye-bye.
R.I.P.
See you later. Those two just erupt in flame right off the bat. And
Nice.
Margot just kind of does like a little like, I'll give you that.
He'll give a nice deep bow before using the rest of his movement to not leave you up here alone.
Aw, thank you. Now if they fireball us back, we can both die together.
That's the plan.
That's the plan. Rule the world.
You and me?
Any day.
Boy.
Yes.
And that's the end of my turn.
all right, good turn. I'm just calculating all the rest of the damage here. So half of 42 is 21, I believe. So 21.
Don't look at me.
It was 45 and 22.
Gotcha.
Don't look at me for math. Not only am I gay, I also am a creative writing major. I have no math skills to be found.
Same for me. The poet in me has a calculator on the side. I was like, I can do your poetry, but not this.
I have my calculator app open off screen.
Can you give it to me in syllables?
I have 3 one-liners, but no numbers.
So, you all see this massive just display of power as this person just steps forward after seeing Aiden kind of king and just ping, doing nothing, just like, I think I got this. Just takes a step forward. Then you just see kind of the ground around him starting to just start to rumble as a sheer force of energy that's being summoned to pull this off, as his feet kind of slowly lift in the air. And then he just goes right from the toes up past the knees, upper body, hair just waving in the air, on fire. All of you kind of taken back a bit, like, where the hell did this come from? He's like never done this before, and the whole time you've been fighting with him, thinking for a moment maybe one of the other creatures set him on fire. Is just really like surprising. And he just kind of puts his hands together small as this flint just emanates this small little sphere of fire that he kind of focuses on a minute, closes his eyes, and then puts his hands further apart as that small ball just rockets into a huge orb that he just lobs forward as he kind of discus spins around, lobs it forward. All the creatures just standing there, unfazed, not moving. This huge, thunderous just fireball emanates and just explodes on impact. All the smaller bug creatures that were kind of slithering around just evaporate, just disintegrate immediately. The other two, the 3 in the back, are on fire, and they kind of, you hear them going like, you just hear this sort of squealing and clicking as there's some pain being emitted by these creatures, but them still are just kind of wincing and twitching a little bit as the fire kind of brings down the Seer, who's standing there. As the fire kind of dusts down, you see him just standing there with the spear, cloak on fire, as a flame kind of is catching at a high degree, then just slowly douses as this weird insectoid creature in robes is just standing there unfazed. The other 3 in the back, the flames on them are starting to simmer down a bit. You can definitely see a huge charge of like skin and exoskeleton that's been taking chunks out of them from the blast. But they're still just standing there unfazed, not moving. But good hit.
Prometheus just kind of looks at you and just goes, you get priority with Hastings. Until proven otherwise.
All right.
Yeah.
And with that, is there anything else you'd like to do?
Turn end.
Okay.
No, that was it.
Up next, we got Yerpy.
So Thea is going to kind of like crack her knuckles real quick, and then she's going to start running straight forward, and is going to into a jump and wild shape into an air elemental and whisk herself over here to this spot, her full 90-foot.
Just dive into battle right there. All right.
Immediately makes it all the way across the arena. And then she's going to use the Earth Elemental's multi-attack and is going to slam once and then slam a second time after that. So I'll go ahead and roll that.
So which one are you hitting?
The boss guy, that guy first.
This guy here. Okay.
Yeah. So I rolled an 8 plus 8 to hit, so that's a
16.
A 16 is just going to miss.
Oh no.
Oh.
All right. Well, she's then going to turn and slam the other one right there.
And before you take that attack,
Yes.
as a part of the reaction that happened earlier from that arrow hitting the Seer, you kind of see the druid just going, just start running towards the enemy. Everyone's just like, guys, I thought we were a big team. What's going on here? Everyone's doing their own thing. And as she's just running across the arena, she just starts to transform. Just her limbs and her skin become hard as bark and wood and grows like 7 feet, 8 feet, 9 feet tall as these huge limbs just go. This giant, huge tree-ending creature just rocketing towards these insectoid creatures that just runs up to the creature in the robes. Wham! Huge hit with both of these trunk-like hands. The creature moves out of the way ever so slightly as that huge slam of power takes purchase on the ground. As it happens, the bug twirls a staff and just smacks you in the back of the head with its crystalline staff, and it's going to do a d6 of radiant damage to you.
Oof. Okay.
And it'll take 2 points of radiant damage.
Aha!
Nice.
It's like a bonk, just a little baby bonk.
Just
So backhand.
It's a love tap.
But you barely feel it as like the wood bark that you are now having as your own skin just makes it just like nothing, just like grazes off. But you have a second attack, you said.
Yes. So Thea's then going to turn and slam down on the other creature that's right there.
This one
Not
here.
the
Okay.
wizard robe guy, but the other one. And I'm going to roll. Wow, another 8. So another 16.
16 for that will just hit. So you can roll damage on that.
All right.
Very nice.
It is a 2d8 plus 5.
Okay.
First d8 is a 2. Second d8 is an 8, so 10 plus 5, 15 damage total.
Ooh, 15 points of damage. Okay. All right, so as you see the tree make that huge attack on the cloaked insectoid creature, kind of darts out of the way, hits it with the back of the head, just gets you like even more angry, even though you're in your earth elemental form, or your, wind elemental form. Air elemental, there we go. Air elemental form. Sorry, that was earth. That's why I described the giant tree thing. That was all wrong. We'll say that happens and all the bark just explodes as this living tornado then appears. Wailing around on these guys.
Such style.
Yeah, it's like a cocoon, you know, when the cat goes in a cocoon and it breaks out into a new form. That's what it's like, yeah. And then
It's a form of nature, you know.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So you slam on the ground, doesn't make purchase. It kind of able to hit your air form with its staff. Pisses you off even more because you wanted to oppress everyone. You look over at one of the other insectoid things with wings standing there. Boom! Just smack it with a huge, massive airstrike. And it does take purchase. That winged creature just kind of slams down on the ground, skids a little bit, like swatting a massive fly. Definitely. One of his wings kind of like broke off a little bit. Arm kind of looked like it like cracked a little bit from the impact of the ground. So definitely doing some big hits on it. Anything else?
No.
All right.
Already used my bonus action to wild shape, so.
All right, there you go. Super Goat.
Yeah. All right.
go.
Well, seeing her run over, I'm going to also follow as well. And as I start running, I'm going to yell, "You can't take all the fun from me!" And I'll use my 55 speed, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, I believe. 50, 55, and then I'm going to burn a key point and use my bonus action to step of the wind and dash again for another 55. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. I'm going to step right here, and I'm going to go ahead and use my action to try and hit twice with my quarterstaff that I'll whip out from my back.
Okay, hitting twice with the staff.
Yeah. For the first one, that will be a 13 to hit.
Remember, you have a +2 from the thing, the infusion.
Oh, is it a +2? Okay.
It's a +2 to hit and a +2 to damage.
Okay, so that would have been a 14. Then.
Oh wait, no.
But
wrong spell. Wait, I'm thinking of the wrong infusion. For some reason, I thought I gave you enhanced weapon. I gave you radiant weapon. It is 1. My bad.
Okay, cool. Then it would have been the 13 still. Sad times. But the second one, however, is a 14 plus 8 for a 22, I believe, to hit.
First one will miss. Second one will hit. Roll the dammies.
If you had said that a 22 didn't hit, I think I was just going to cry. I think I would have just burst into tears right here.
Time to consider our exit strategy.
Okay, so door over there, how fast can we run?
I did roll minimum damage, so that is 5 points of damage from me, though.
5 points?
But yeah, 5 points of
bludgeoning.
bludgeoning. Yes, indeed.
Okay,
and that is my turn.
That is your turn, okay. Let's see here. Okay. As you see the galloping satyr just be like, well, everyone else is doing cool shit. It's my turn to shine. Just these hooves kind of galloping off into the dry dirt, spinning this illustrious silver-lined spear infused by the artificer. Goes up to the thing. You go to big swing with the staff, and you forget these things have wings, and it just starts flying around it. Kind of thought it'd stay in place, as it suddenly just springs up into the air. Swing at it, miss. Swing at it again, but you just kind of hit like the end of its leg, just like smack it a little bit, but not able to get a good purchase as it's kind of just flying all around you. So unfortunately, got a little bit of hit damage, but not as much as you had liked. But you are in it now. Okay. Up next, we got the Seer.
Ooh, boy.
Oh no! Man with a spear.
RIP us. It's fine. You and I are about to die. It's okay.
It's all good.
Yeah.
I can take it. I've got all of these temporary hit points from being.
I forgot your.
Look at all these choke points
It's
I
fine.
have.
It's fine. We don't have cleric, but I have healing.
Look at all these chickens.
Fine. I have healing. I count as a healer. Sure.
Same.
Yeah.
I have some.
You've got healers.
No, Daddy's here. It's going to just be looking this whole time. The Seer has just been, if you could tell it had eyes, you're not too sure. It's just this chunky crystallining amalgamation of like an insect that's crystalline, jagged spikes coming out of it. But this whole time, it's sort of like its whole body's been just like staring into the eyes of Kanoa Daddy after doing that immensive power. The whole time she's been holding its spear, its body looking directly in your direction. And as you kind of are sitting there watching your friends kind of take pot shots at everything, it just takes about 2 steps forward, puts out its clawed insectoid hand, and you see go as the crystalline thing on top of the spear, the staff, starts to glow. The energy kind of coming from the crystal goes through its insectoid's arms, through its body, into its other hand, as this little tiny ball, similar to the one that you had created, comes forth. And then it also goes huge orb of like this bright blue, purplish, electral energy starts just spitting out of everywhere. And it just looks at you. And you just hear this voice emanate in your brain. No one else hears this. Hey there. as this orb just shoots towards your direction, I'm going to have you roll a
I would like to
saving throw.
Oh boy. I would like to counterspell.
I would like to use my ability, Flash of Genius. Flash of Genius, I have 4 charges of it. I'm using one of them. It's my reaction. Add +4 to your roll, to your saving throw roll.
All right. Well, it looks like
appreciate that. Can I counterspell it first, so that they don't have to use that?
Yeah, for sure.
And then just hold that arm out, and whatever's coming towards it, just try to like grasp it and let it disintegrate in hand if it works.
Let me see here.
I don't know if it's a spell.
I yeet that punk back.
Look, you lost some magic. Yeet.
Kobe.
This bitch empty. Yeet!
You drop this.
Look at his spell. This bitch empty.
Not saying if it's a spell.
It's
not a spell.
Oh!
If it's not a spell, then I can't even do anything about it. I just have to make a save.
Yeah, take the +4.
This is wisdom, correct?
This is wisdom, yeah. So
Gotcha.
with that, you see the artificer off in the bog just like, look out! Just tries to shout at you. Like,
what are the...
Yeah. You don't want to be hit by this!
He needs
Give
some
you
milk.
an extra bit of discretion to this hit that's about to come your way.
It's a 9. Even with the +4, it's a 9.
Ooh.
Yeah, I rolled real low, baby.
Ooh.
That's a low wisdom.
R.I.P. you, Canoa. I'm sorry.
That'll be fine.
Somebody
You're
want
going
to
to
play
take
Nemo.
5d10 psychic damage.
5d10 psychic.
You know, at least it wasn't power yeet kill, so that's nice.
Power yeet.
Yeah.
Yikes.
If it was, I could have counterspelled it.
You're right.
Yeah.
Psych
So you're
spell?
going to take 22 points of psychic damage, and until the start of the Seer's next turn, you are blinded.
Awesome.
Oh
Okay.
no.
So
That's
anything to do with sight, unfortunately, you will not be able to do. I believe you'll have disadvantage on your attacks, and attacks will have advantage against you.
Yes.
That's just delightful.
There's a little bleeding eye thing there.
Yeah, I was looking for that same thing.
This huge orb just, when as you're like in your breathed fiery flame, and you're just like, I can take this. This is a nothing. The artificer, look out! That you don't want to get hit by that. And you're like, what? Huge flashing white light just singes against your fire form. And you're just having trouble. You're kind of floating in the air at first, and you kind of fall back down. He then does it again. Fires it again at Canoa Daddy.
And then another save.
That is correct.
You better.
This one's worse. I rolled one worse than before.
Yikes.
No!
You have to.
I'm
live.
already blind. What's the worst that can happen?
You die.
All right, 5d10 again.
It's fine. I have Revivify.
This is baby numbers. Don't worry, boys.
I took Revivify just in case. I also took Spare the Dying for that exact same reason.
Same.
You never know. I didn't think we'd need it.
Yay, Monster Fight Club.
Yep. So you will take 17 additional points of psychic damage, and you are now, along with being blinded, you are frightened.
Oh, fright.
So you are...
Good knowing him.
I think I've done what I needed to this fight. I'll be sitting out for the rest of the one. Boys, you got this.
He said I did my part. Oh, you know.
This is done. I finished.
So
I'm out.
that happens.
Frightened means I cannot willingly move closer, correct?
If you're in its line of sight, you can't move closer to it.
Got it. All right.
So again, that massive second ball just hurtles towards Kanoa Daddy as a second one hits him, knocks him back on his back, singes against the hard ground as the Seer really took offense to that massive attack at the start.
Did you take offense to the fireball?
Yeah.
Just like
I guess I would too.
So now as this person wreathed in flames starts getting up, just this intense wave of cold and fear and second guessing yourself. It's like, wait, what have I done? I shouldn't have done that. I pissed it off. We're all gonna die, and you start like freaking out on the ground.
Logistical question.
Yeah.
I can't willingly move closer to it, but I don't know where it is because I'm blind. I can go over where I damn well please.
I can't move if I don't know.
just asking the artificer, where do I go? Move forward. Is that away from him? Yes.
Sure.
So you will. So that is kind of true. Let's see.
I'm not
I'll
terribly
say you
worried
just kind
until
of
I
like
figure out what I'm doing.
move. I'll let you kind of like move randomly. Like you won't be able to move anywhere you want to go. We'll just kind of roll a D4 or a D6 and kind of see which way you go or something like that.
That's no worries.
Figure that out. But yeah, you'll still have disadvantage on your ability checks and attack rolls while the Source of Fear is within line of sight. But you already have disadvantage on your attack rolls and stuff from being blinded, so it's not like that really will change at all. The only thing is just moving closer. But again, you don't really know where you're going, so you'll just kind of aimlessly walking around in circles.
An interesting situation. I've never been blinded and feared before.
I will say as well that on the map, in case you might not have noticed, there are 2 potions left over from the previous battle on the kill floor as well, just in case you didn't catch those on there.
Okay.
All right, so that's going to be the Seer's turn. And then up next... Oh, he's going to move, because moving is always good. He's going to kind of put his way back between those guys. And then up after the Seer, we got Corso.
Okay, so we are going to play around with a little bit of things here. So first off, so I am going to ride on my war horse. I'm going to ride 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet here. And Warhorse has a movement of 60 feet. And so I'm within 5 feet now of Kanoa Daddy. Correct? You're right there?
Yep.
You just see him kind of like eyes shut, going, "Oh my God, we're all gonna die!" and just kind of freaking out a little bit.
So here's a question for you. I have Aura of Courage. While you're conscious, you and friendly creatures within 10 feet cannot be frightened. He is frightened, but I have now entered within range. How would you play that?
Is it at the start of their turn that it takes effect?
No, it is I am constantly, just like my Aura of Sentinel. So as a paladin, I have a lot of aura nonsense, and the ones I ended up with, they're Courage, Sentinel, and Protection. So with Courage, 10 feet cannot be frightened. If you're within 10 feet, it's impossible to be frightened by anyone else's spells. So would it undo it because he couldn't theoretically be allowed to be frightened? But I'll let you, your choice.
Yeah, well, I'll say that while he's in your radius, he's suddenly that fear of that motion of helplessness of like it's all over, like we can't do anything else. We're all about to meet our maker. That feeling will wash away while you're in his presence, like a very uplifting father figure.
Yeah.
But once you leave that radius, you're like, "Oh God, why are you leaving me? Come back."
Okay.
Enters in. Do not worry, child. Oh, I feel better. Wait, what? No. I just don't want the milk. It's fine.
He like walks into it and he's like, "Daddy, yeah."
You good, bro?
I'm just off to get some cigarettes. I'll be back. I promise.
Aiden, you are also within my range. I forget your character's name. Prometheus is also within my range, and so both Prometheus and Kanoa Daddy's character, you both have +4s on all saving throws, and you cannot be frightened because I'm standing right here. So if I was closer when that went down, I could have stopped some of it, but I was low on the list.
Never leave our radius, ever. Just
keep within 10 feet of the paladin. Got it.
Don't leave me.
As for how are you doing health-wise, Kanoa?
How do you guys like to establish health? I know most DMs are not fond of you just saying the number out of a number.
Well, just saying general, I'm all right. I'm looking good. I'm looking like I'm on death's door. General.
Looking 50-50.
Okay. Well, then I'll hang back on that, and I will then instead... You are blinded right now, and you're definitely within range. How tall are you, Kanoa?
He's about Corinth is 6'3", I believe.
Okay. Are you crouched down or down on the ground or anything like that from the blinding, or are you still standing at full height?
We'll say he took the blast and is standing back up at full height.
Okay. I'm going to say then, I'm going to play this a little bit more helpful. Aiden, how tall are you as well? This is important.
5'4".
You're what, 5'4"?
Prometheus is 5'4", yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say as a free action over to Prometheus, I'm going to say crouch down. And then I'm going to cast Minor Illusion. And the deal with Minor Illusion is it is a 5-foot cube. It cannot be taller than 5 feet, wider than 5 feet. I am casting an exact replica of Prometheus next to them. So long as they have shrunk down within the 5-foot radius, it is a perfect copy of them, hoping to prove disadvantage to someone trying to attack them unless they take the time to discern which one's real.
Just stands up.
Oh, that's fun. I like that.
Crouches down slightly.
And I have
slowly adjusts itself to.
What's the DC for that? Is there a DC to figure it out?
Yes, it is. Sorry, let me pull that spell out. It's Minor Illusion. It is a cantrip. It is a DC of. Against my spell save DC, you can discern. It costs them an action, and my spell save DC is 16.
16. Okay.
So, and I have a range of 30. Prometheus, so you can move. Well, I mean, it would cost me to move the thing, but I could theoretically even walk it up with you as far as those first pillars, it looks like.
So I'm going to make a copy of Aiden
cool.
here.
Here's the funny thing. Because Prometheus is a wood elf, he has a speed of 35.
So you could get out of range. That's great.
So the Minor Illusion could just be trotting behind, theoretically, if I move my full speed.
So yeah, I'm going to put that Minor Illusion right next to Prometheus so that it's one of those. Or I guess I'm just going to summon it to the field. Where you put it is fine.
I'm gonna give you control over it so you can move it around, I think, now.
Cool.
I'll put a little blue marker on it so you know which one's which, or a little marker there.
And that was my action.
Can you move the token? Do you want to put it where you wanted to?
Yeah, let's go ahead and put it. Oh, hold on. Let me switch over to the. That's why I couldn't grab it using the ruler. I'm going to put it there.
Okay.
So that it's in front, but also right there. And as a bonus action, I guess I realize this is just straight up asking numbers, but Aiden or Kanoa, what are you sitting at AC-wise? Which one of you would benefit from a boost?
I have a 15.
I have a much higher than a 15.
Okay, so Aiden, I also cast Shield of Faith as a bonus action and grant you +2 for 10 minutes.
Excellent.
And so I'm just chilling here on my horse, warped up Aiden's illusion and granted them in actuality a +2.
I'm less likely to die.
And that is my turn.
Yes.
Okay, wow, lots going on there. So
I love that.
you see You see Corso kind of get up on his horse. When the war horse starts trotting towards you, Kanoa Daddy's on the ground, wreathed in flame, just like, oh my god, what are we doing? What are we doing? But you, having fought with him this much in this tournament, you know, like, this is really weird for him. He's a very confident guy. Why the hell is he freaking out all of a sudden at the end of this? You kind of get a sense that, like, this must have been the result of the attack. So you come behind him, kind of like giving a pep talk, like, come on, man, snap out of it. Like, we got this. Like, you're better than this. Get up. And you're just like,
Wake up, damn you.
Yeah, no, I do got this. Yeah, no, we're good. And then you just start helping out your friends with all those buffs. And then all of a sudden, the rest of you kind of looking on to seeing this commotion going on, suddenly kind of raises a hand, and then just from where the artificer is standing, this second clone-like form just kind of like just kind of pushes itself out of the body of the other artificer, then standing right next in this very like exact detailed copy as Aiden's just looking at it like, they're both just like mirroring each other's movements, just like, this is weird.
Slowly like adjusting.
And like how paladins normally do, riding on in as a shining beacon of hope to raise up the rest of the party to get a hold of themselves, then push forward. So good job there. All right. Up next, we got the Red Queen.
So Margot sees all this going on and she's like, so convoluted. And she just kind of saunters up behind the original Aiden. And she's going to kind of like point at the guy in the cloak. And she's just going to be like, this can be simple. And she's just going to cast a firebolt. Just like,
yes.
Like, big old like, firebolt.
She's just going to be like, why all the theatrics? Just get to the point. So she's just going to like Babe Ruth, she's going to point at him and then just...
I love that.
Another fire attack. Okay.
So let's see here. That is a 21.
21 will definitely hit.
Brava.
Nice.
So 2d10. Ooh. That is 15 points of fire damage.
15. Yeah. Okay. Gonna use that reaction again to take the brunt of it. It's like, you guys are you're wasting your time. Bam! Just like Indiana Jones with the pistol. Just like, this is stupid. Just shoot him in the head and get it over with. As this firebolt just kind of emanates from your finger in this tight bolt. Just radiates and rockets towards the thing with the insectoid-look creature with a cloak. Once again, puts its staff, just kind of stands there calmly and moves the staff in the bolt of your firebolt, but the immense sort of force and power didn't expect that big of a hit as it kind of still takes a big hit as it kind of pops down on its butt, and just its little sickly legs kind of stop it from the back of its neck hitting the ground. She just crawls forward again. You kind of see it like brushing off the impact of the blast, so it's going to take half damage. But what was the hit?
So it was, so let's see here. I rolled a 23 and then I rolled 15 points of damage.
Okay, so 15.
Nice.
Divided by 2, so 7 point, what was 7? Or no, we'll go 8 points of damage from that. Okay. All damage at this point definitely helps. So after you see that little bit of smoke singeing off of the cloak, the tattered black and purplish cloak of this insectoid-like creature, as it kind of gets up, stands right back up as its legs just like for the first time, like it was kind of hunched over at the start, and now its back is fully straight up. It's like paying very close attention to you, Margot.
She like eyes it down and she's like, just try me.
All right. And then we got the rest of the bug boys here, the emissaries. So.
Oh, no.
We're going to go uno, dos, tres. You then see these creatures, their wings. Just after that hit with the firebolt, the creature with the staff just looks at the other flying creatures. You just hear this jolted clicking sound as their wings go. and they start lifting in the air and start coming towards you. This one particularly flies around like 20 feet in the air, and then...
Question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I can ping it.
They can hold things.
I don't know how to ping it, but the
This guy
one
here?
at the bottom. Yeah. By moving outside of the super goat's range, would that be provoking an opportunity attack? By any
Will, but he
chance?
hasn't moved yet.
Just checking.
Yeah, like anyone who, like if you're right face to face with a creature or a creature player, if somebody moves out of their sort of their little 5 feet radius, that you will get an opportunity attack from that.
I just saw how much damage Kanoa Daddy took, and I'm a little nervous.
Don't worry about little old me.
I'm gonna worry.
Okay, oh, is this a drink? We have to worry.
Yeah.
I
A drink is on the line.
I have
No.
a lot of it.
I have expensive taste. Somebody needs to be able to afford it.
All right, so this bug here, flying 20 feet in the air, is going to go 25, 30, ooh, there, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Let's see. I think you guys will be in this radius. How lovely.
Excuse me?
Uh-oh.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't like that one bit.
Oh, just...
I love it. You should do it 3 more times.
It's just immaculate.
Let's go.
Just out of curiosity, like if you had to put it in numerical terms, like how hurt are you?
Me? I'm 50-50. I would take what? 10 D10? That's baby numbers. I need at least 20 D10.
On a percent, like if you had to like say percentage-wise, like what was your max HP and what's your current HP?
If we hypothetically thought that 86 was my max, and I took about 40 something.
All right,
Come
so
on.
it's going to land about here. This radius won't get anyone else, but the copy and just hits Aiden. You suddenly see this bug just fly over in your direction, suddenly stops and hovers in the ground around 20 feet in the air. Then all of a sudden, you just hear these rapid clicking sounds, and then this alluring sort of the hum of the wings flapping sends these waves, these sound waves towards your group. And you just suddenly feel your insides just kind of churn a little bit and feel really just uncomfortable as the emissary emits this dreadful yet alluring hum. I'm going to need each creature in 20 feet of the emissary that can hear it and that isn't an aberration has got to beat got to make a Constitution saving throw.
Remember
you
your
as if we're aberrations.
So it specifically says that the emissary, like 20 feet of the emissary that can hear it, and that isn't an aberration, because these things react with vibrations and like kind of like Toph from Airbender. They hear vibrations on the ground, people stomping around, and unfortunately, minor illusions don't make anything when they hit the ground. So it's that deadly sound wave kind of hits your being. What'd you roll for your con save?
On save, I'll get a +4 from
me. Yep, +4 because you're within 10 feet. Yep.
Excellent. Okay, thank God. That's a 17, and I rolled a 7. With that bonus, that was a +10. So
Nice.
Okay, you are
a paladin.
So no worries.
Proficiency in con.
You're that queasy sort of feeling like you've been like rocking back and forth on a boat for hours just starts to subside, and you're able to kind of shake it off a little bit, and you're just like, oh, that can't be good. Whatever that was, hoping it won't happen again. So that's going to be that guy's turn. The second guy here. Let's see. He too flies 20 feet in the air and is going to be flying just over the air elemental here. And he is going to start flying, just darting around the air elemental as it just trying to swat this thing, but it's just flying all around. And the rest of you notice these weird crystalline spores start coming out of its thighs, just like peppering this sparkly dust all over the air elemental. I'm going to have you roll a con save as well.
All right. That's a 6 plus 2. 9. That works.
An 8. No. So you, my friend, are poisoned.
I have an immunity to poison as an air elemental.
Very nice.
Good job there. Okay. So this guy is going to be 15 feet here. Okay. So yeah, you start sprinkling down that crystalline powder. You just kind of make these mini tornadoes with your arms as you just like a leaf blower, just blowing all the dust out of your purview so you don't breathe anything in. Able to stave it off, doesn't even take purchase. So good job there.
I am my own air.
And then for the last one, this second guy here, going to stay where he is, fly just a little bit above the goat here, and the super goat is going to make attacks with his talons. Going to do this 3 times. Oh, that's bogus. First one's a 9.
That does 10.
Second one's a 23.
Ooh, yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Second one's a 24.
Yep.
All right, so these 2 strikes are slashing damage as these giant mantis-like pincers just swipe at you. And the first one is going to be 16 points of slashing damage. The second hit, 10 points of slashing damage, so 27 points altogether as these massive, like just giant dagger-like arms just start swiping at you. One goes right into your thigh. Another one just goes right through your bicep muscle, is just dig right into you.
Oh my god. That's wild. Okay. Cool.
How much did you just take?
I'm
27.
I'm actually going to also use my reaction and use my blinding weapon, use one of the charges from Prometheus' blinding weapon, and try and blind the creature if I can. And it would be a con save. But I don't have a spell DC. Would we just use Prometheus' spell save then, by chance? Or what do you think?
I mean, it is my infusions, so.
To do the plus on it?
To do the blinding, weapon.
The Radiant Weapon Infusion has 4 charges, and as a reaction immediately after being hit by a melee attack, the wielder can expend a charge and cause the attacker to be blinded until the end of the attacker's next turn, unless they succeed on a Constitution saving throw against your spell save DC.
Yeah, so then no worries. So rolling the con for this guy. Let's see what he's got.
So would that be against my spell save DC, since it's my infusion?
Super Goat doesn't have one.
Yeah.
I do not have one, no. What is your save, Ben?
It would,
mine is 16.
Yeah, so that's the original caster, so that's fine.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go roll the con. 16.
That exactly beats it.
Oh damn. So
Yeah,
as soon as these 2 giant, like spear-like pincers just, you just take your staff, damn it, bam, just like a giant burst of light, trying to see if you can blind this terrifying insect bug out of your vicinity, just goes, but it's not enough as the thing just kind of goes like a battery, just like a flashlight with a low battery. He's like, wait, no, come back! And the winged insect just comes back to you. All right.
I hate those cicadas.
Nasty.
So after that, we come to the top of the round to Aiden.
Hello. So, I'm going to do a couple of things on this turn. Unfortunately, I can't do much for you, Kanoa Daddy, for now. Keyword there being for now. So, I'm going to, I am going to use a bonus action to cast Branding Smite on my heavy crossbow. And then I'm going to attack, hang on. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You know what, there's a ruler thing here. How far away is that? 60 feet. Oh, that is within range, so I can just shoot it from here. And I don't think I get disadvantage. So I'm going to attack the bug thing over there once. Hopefully I hit.
This guy here?
Yeah, no, not that one. The one that's next to goat.
Ah, this one here. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Please hit. Please hit. Please hit. Please hit. That's a 13.
It misses, unfortunately.
All right, I'm going to use my second attack on it then.
Okay.
Oh, that's much better. 24.
24 will hit. Roll damage.
Excellent. So I get a +2. I get an extra 2d6 from the Branding Smite of radiant damage. I don't know if that's going to change anything or affect anything.
Does not.
Okay. So that's just a +2d6. So that's going to be basic math.
Quick maths.
That's going to be 19 points of damage, and then I'm going to use an Arcane Jolt, and one of the two options I can use with Arcane Jolt is a target within 30 feet. I'm going to pick the goat, can heal for 2d6 hit points. I'm gonna
Let's see if that's within...
Within 30 feet of the initial target that I hit.
Oh, sorry, then in front of you. I was like, I don't think you're 30 feet there. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is with the crossbow bolt that you're hitting it with?
Mm-hmm. I hit the bug, and then because it hit, I can use that ability. Yep. I didn't roll very high, though, but you do gain back 5 hit points.
5 hit points, let's go!
Arcane
Bolt.
Thank you.
It's not nothing.
That's amazing, yeah.
And
I got this. I can do this all day. Yeah.
Then I'm just going to use my movement to move. Nope, I didn't mean to click that button. I'm just going to move over here. Just, actually not. Just going to move there a little bit. Just a casual step back a little bit of, did my thing. Nope. And that's the end of my turn.
Did my thing. All right. So once again, as the satyr is kind of trying to get this flying bug off of him with 2 giant attacks with these spear-like pincers, able to hold him back a little bit with that blinding light, but it wasn't enough as the bug kind of gets in closer, dealing with these wounds, or kind of stepping back, trying to get some space, and all of a sudden, 2 bolts, these giant crossbow bolts, one hitting it right in the center of this insect cavity, and as it hits, it just kind of stays there for a moment, the bug like, and you just see this, it just starts to electrify, and energy just starts seeping out of it as this bug just starts flapping around, and then this jolt of energy just starts to snake its way towards you, Super Goat, as this bolt of just healing energy just also just you suddenly start to see your wounds closing a little bit. Those big spear hits just start to cauterize, and it's no longer bleeding out. And you thought you were going to get hit by whatever jolt this was actually like, felt really good. Like you just had a shiatsu massage of some type. You just feel more loosey-goosey, doing good.
Yes.
Feeling it now.
Thank you.
Mr. Krabs.
Mr. Joe.
All right, Kanoa.
Crap.
Awesome. I am blind currently, but otherwise not affected.
You are blinded, not feared, while you're in the sweet, alluring radiance of the paladin.
I feel so good right now that I think I'm going to ask for a little bit of help from my friends. Corinth is going to stand, he's going to hold a finger out, and he's going to say, Scales, I need you to point me to them. Point me to the one with the staff. And he's going to hold out his arm, just blindly in front of him, as a little bit of an orange ball begins to appear on his fingertip. And he says, try not to miss.
Can I just like gently like take one finger like very nonchalantly and just like poke his hand to like where he needs to go? Just very like...
You can, but it will have disadvantage still.
It is an area of effect fireball that I'm going for here, not a firebolt or anything like that. So just for your knowledge as DM.
No, yeah.
Aim in a big blank area at this point. And the idea would also be to step forward so I'm not behind where I was. I'm going to follow the voice if they say anything a little closer to them.
Can I just like take one hand and just kind of like push him a little bit forward, like he stumbles a little bit, and I just like gently poke his hand to the right direction?
Bold of you to assume I would stumble, please. Me, stumble.
I'd be like, I understand you're trying your best, but it's not quite good enough. Here, let me help you.
Just like kind of just like, I'm gonna not be in the way of that.
Since they're helping you, I will say roll. I'll say roll a dexterity check to see how, like, without like being blinded, even them like pointing in the right direction, just to see how close you can kind of lob this thing, because you are essentially like you can't see anything. Oh. So even if like they're guiding you in the right direction, being like, it's kind of hard to like judge how hard to throw it, how far.
If I may.
Yeah.
Fireball is a point at a spot and it explodes from that point. Not an actual like a ball, I'm gonna throw it and it blows up. Fireball is very specific about being like, imagine a spot, blow it up.
Can I just be like 80 feet in front of you, try to visualize it?
We're getting very,
All right, let's do
I gotta do what I can with blindness, all right? Like,
how about intelligence check then?
Okay, a flat int? No, do you want this to be a Arcana check or anything like that, or just flat int anything?
Not just straight intelligence check.
Flat int.
Your ability to judge, yeah.
This is an 18 plus 4.
Whew, yeah, you pass it, flying colors. So even as you're just like, fuck, like, point me, point me in the right direction. Where the fuck is this thing? You're just like pissed off. This thing like took all those hits and made you feel all those uncomfortable feelings that you had not felt in quite some time. You get the Red Queen to kind of like, you're like just grabbing your shoulders and being like, yeah, just here.
Don't.
As you're like kind of stumbling over this little, like you're focusing with all your might, try to get that flint on your finger, like, come on. And all of a sudden she's like, okay, here. It's about 80 feet forward, a little bit to the left. Okay.
Hey, hold on. Can I just like lick my finger because like I'm a fire dragon, so I just like immediately like light it for him and be like, here.
Hey, and Europe's back. Good.
Please, thank you. I appreciate it.
So you're trying to light it, you're like just like blind, like, oh fuck, and you're just really hard to just like get this going. She's like, allow me. Just kind of gives you the extra flame.
He'll lean over his shoulder and say, I swear this never happens.
Oh, sure. I suppose that's what you say to all the ladies.
This is just the dangerous ones. And then he'll cast Fireball with the same second verse, same as the first, a little bit louder, certainly worse.
So is it going to get all these three guys then?
It's going to be a 20-foot radius from wherever they pointed me. So they choose the point.
So I'll say Red Queen, why don't you pick up a point of origin there? Just like if you use your cursor, you can kind of point, like hold it down and it'll emanate like that.
I'm going to say like right around like here, like around this area. Sorry, my mouse is like freaking out right now. I need to clean the sensor.
So it's 25 feet, Kana?
It is a 20-foot radius, I believe, Fireball.
20 foot.
Yes, 20-foot radius from the point of impact.
So if it was there, that would get all three of them there. Beauty.
Let's see how many
Does,
allies we got in this blow here.
I was gonna say, does that get Super Goat and
that will, like, it actually will.
Sorry,
I can
boys.
take it.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
if we're doing it like right there, yeah, it's gonna get both of them too. So they'll have to roll for this as well.
It
They
is
have dexterity.
dexterity
It's
save of 17.
and that feels fine, fair on a blind shot. Like
Margo just
I would have otherwise not gotten you in it, but I am a simple man with no eye.
Margo like yells from across the arena, like, "You're doing great."
Roll 3d6.
yeah.
Oh man.
So elemental adept lets me re-roll the 3d6 that are ones.
They all failed.
That's
They're all
gross.
Stupid bugs.
Dumb bug.
Buggies. So it's minus 3 plus 3, so it's a 39 for anyone who failed.
Super Goat, I hope you didn't fail.
So I did a 26, and I also, since I'm a monk, I have evasion. So I would be taking no damage, hopefully.
Nice.
Tickets, boys! Always throw a fireball at a monk.
Fireball centered on the monk.
It's
So-
the safest thing you ever have.
It's great, yeah.
No cooked goat on the menu tonight, boys.
I feel like that means like
No chop
Super Goat, you just grabbed the bug and held it as a shield in front of you. We're like, no.
Nope.
Just you start seeing that smoke, you're like, oh, jump up there.
Yeah.
You grabbed it by its stupid little pins, and we're like, "Not today, bitch."
Burn.
That's 39 on a fail and 19 on a success.
Well,
Yeah.
I got a 17, so what do we want to do with that one?
Matching is a success, correct?
Yeah, meter beat. So if you got a 17 and over, you pass.
All right, cool. So I passed. Cool. So 39 damage?
Which makes sense
19.
since you're a living tornado.
Precisely.
So 19 is the half damage rate.
Yes.
19. Okay.
But I think Goat, you passed, yeah?
Yeah.
With your crazy monk speed. Okay, so as all this is going on, the Seer are kind of getting behind his two core emissaries, kind of taking a shot, waiting for that next moment to strike. Kanoa blindly just like the Seer just not even paying attention, like, I got this, and then just like you see, like off in the distance. It's kind of funny because from his perspective, it's like they're pretty far away. So it's just kind of like when you're watching like a sporting event, like soccer or hockey, like when the two like people are kind of like talking, like you can't really hear what they're saying necessarily, but you just hear like, no. What the fuck? So this thing just eradicates one more time. Giant, huge explosion. The crowd is going insane as this move that just being this giant fireball once again emanating on the kill floor. Even the crowd kind of seeing these crazy moves kind of being brought out of nowhere. People are getting blinded, getting these spores coming out. You're just putting on a radical final round show. And the Seer gets blown back. The other two emissaries, the one that's kind of hanging around you is kind of pushed back a bit from the sheer force of the explosion, but it's still hovering around you. This one that's near the air elemental, some of its wings got like 4 out. 2 of them, one here, one there, just kind of singe on fire. It starts wriggling around as it, like some of its limbs catch on fire, and it's trying to fly to like get the flames off. You just see it scattering around like a bug that's got hit by a bug zapper. The one standing in front of the Super Goat, as it's kind of going in for an attack, as that bolt is still embedded in its exoskeleton, goes towards you in the sheer rush of the explosion, like a giant nuke, just dust as soon as the back of it hits, and kind of hits you, like you think it's coming towards you, and just like a vampire getting staged, goes. It just falls into dust right behind you. You're like, oh! You're like, ew.
Crispy.
I think
And
I'm
that
allergic
one
to
is
bugs.
Very.
Or maybe
Very
just kind of like sees that happen and kind of mumbles to himself, I'm not getting that bolt back, am I?
Shard Cinder. Okay, so great move there, Kanoa Daddy.
Allow
That damage.
to finish off this sweet
Yeah.
bad boy. We're gonna quick bonus action a second wind as well. For 3 points of baby healing. You love to see it.
It's not nothing. It's not nothing.
if I live by 3 HP by the end of this, I'll be the one giggling.
Exactly.
That was just like your pride. Like you just did that. And you were like, I know I hit somebody with that. I feel better already.
Even though you're still blinded, you just hear the explosion,
I smell grandma's cooking somewhere.
that extra charred bug, that smell just kind of wafts over to you. You're like, yeah, I did good, yeah.
And Corinth well, after he's done pointing, he'll kind of lean over to the last place he knew where the Red Queen was. And he says, wasn't that lovely, Scales? Why don't you push me somewhere a little more private, into Pillar maybe? And he will literally go wherever he is pushed at this point.
I just imagine she like takes her entire hand and just palms his face and be like, "You need to stop talking now." She like palms his face and she's like, "You're cuter when you're not speaking."
Do you want to push him in like this direction, over here, there?
Where are you putting me, bud? Deposit me elsewhere.
We're just gonna push him a little bit to the back. Be like, "You're done."
Over there, so 5 feet over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. You'd be like, just shh.
He's still within 10 feet.
It's just like less
All right,
speak
there.
or go away.
All right, so that's out of your move, Kanoa.
That is all I can manage, my friend.
All right, good turn there.
I will be
blinded
right back.
fireball. All right. Up next, we got Yerpy. Good timing.
Yeah. With that damage from Kanoa Daddy, my air elemental is currently at 69 hit points.
Hey.
Nice.
Hey.
I'm going to move into here. Oh, hold on. I gotta change who I am in Roll20 because I got booted from that too.
No.
So I'm gonna move to. Yeah, I'll move to there and I'll use Whirlwind. Each creature in the elemental space must make a DC 13 strength saving throw. So
Very nice.
the one enemy that was there, since the earth elemental can enter spaces that others are in because air.
Yeah, it's also flying like 20 feet in the air too, so you're able to kind of go there.
So that bug will have to make a strength saving throw with a save of 13, DC of 13.
Okay. So we got a 17.
Ah, dang. Okay, let me see what happens. Failure. He takes half of the bludgeoning damage. So 3d8 plus 2 of bludgeoning damage, halved, will go to him. 8.
And this is so 8
Yeah.
points?
What did you say?
Sorry, I was going to say 8 points of damage?
No, not yet. 3d8 plus 2. 8, 7.
15.
Thank you. 5, 20, 22 divided by 2, so he'll take 11 damage.
So this just happens as you kind of move into its space with your whirling sort of air elemental form coming around? All right. So as this kind of bug is still like kind of buzzing around in circles from trying to get its wings off in fire and its general body, you just go over, and then as your two little mini tornado arms just boom, and you just kind of like blend it into the ground as you use the force of your wind arms to kind of tunnel around. You just push all this grinding, spinning force, trying to catch it in the air and just boom, and just drive it into the air, and its legs and its wings are just flapping all over the place, just grinding it into goo. It is so very dead.
Good. Perfect. Wonderful.
Very nice.
It's nice.
There was a second where I was like, oh, good, we only have to deal with a seer. I forgot there was also still a bug right here.
Right.
All right. Good job there. And we got Super Goat.
Alrighty. I am going to go ahead and run on over to where the Seer is at. And I'm going to try and hit him with my action. Hit him twice with my shiny stick, and we'll see how that goes.
So you're going to get right up on him?
Yes. Yes, I am.
All right.
With
So
the first one being a 12 to hit.
So just move your
I think I
token
moved myself.
right up in there. First one's a 12, will miss.
A 12 will miss. Okay. And then the second one will be not much better for a 15 to hit.
15 will also miss, unfortunately.
Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and use a key point to Flurry of Blows him and see how that
Okay.
rolls out. Yee. So for that first hit, ooh, let's see, not much better still. That is another 13 to hit.
Oh, man. Unfortunately, miss again.
You know, and then I believe Flurry of Blows is 2 hits, so I will try one more time. Okay, that's not gonna hit as well for a 12.
Oh.
Yep, you know what?
Bloody.
I'm trying.
He's having an off day, guys. He's having an off day.
Yeah.
Still a little distracted by like the bug guts, you know?
He has like a little bit of the
Really?
bug. He has it like in his eye a little bit. It's
Yeah.
It's also
Yeah,
probably the
gas
air
power
elemental. He's dealing with the wind currents, and he's trying to fight through all the wind that's being thrown. He's like, this isn't. Come on.
Yeah, like the force of the blows isn't quite hitting. There's like a little bit of bug guts in your eye. It
A
happens.
little bit of sand.
Yeah.
It's going to
Kind
die.
of blowing everywhere.
So as the satyr monk kind of sees that bug kind of fall into ash, seeing that the Seer has no enemies kind of near it, it's open season, you just go, this is my turn to shine. Use your hooves and your satyr-like legs just to bounce your way over there. Spin the staff in the air. And this thing is just kind of like turns towards you. And as you're like, this thing is just like Neo in the Matrix level annoyance. We're just like, air. Able to block once or twice with its own staff. And you're just like, what the hell is this thing? You're like punching through the cloak, which is like, just like not hitting
What a
anything.
good magic.
It's like, Jesus Christ, this has never happened before. Unfortunately, no hits made on the Seer, unfortunately. Man.
If they hit air as often as you do, they wouldn't have an air elemental on their hands.
Ooh.
Right. Bam, shots fired.
No, it's not shots fired. Please wait. I want to be friends.
Well, up next is the Seer, so
Oh boy.
the correspond Seer is up next. And as it stands toe-to-toe with the super goat, staff just, all these shots missing. You're just kind of looking at it like, this is my thing. What the hell? It just like never happened before. As it just kind of, you see its sort of 6 spindly little insect legs. The 6 of them just, and it looks like it just takes its 6 legs, collects 3 of them on one side, 3 on the other side, so it looks like actual human legs, and just takes its own defensive position, goes like this, and then it starts wailing on you with its staff. So this
Yikes.
is going to be 27 to hit.
That's it. Yep. Just a little. Yep.
27.
Got a natural 19.
Yikes.
So you're going to take 2 types of damage here. You're going to take
Okay.
a d6 of bludgeoning. So that's going to be 9 points of bludgeoning plus
Okay.
4d8 radiant.
Oh.
So you take 25 points of radiant damage and you are knocked prone.
Oof. Okay.
How?
That's terrifying.
That's a lot
How
of
alive are
damage.
you? How
As
alive
you
are
just-
you?
I'm still alive, but I'm barely breathing.
If he dies and I roast him and eat him, I'm just saying
I'm-
it'd be a waste of a
I'm
good
good.
goat.
I'm not too bad. I'm making it. I'm bloodied, but I'm not too dangerously low.
All right, okay. Gonna hang on to my 3rd level spell slots just in case.
Does anybody have a penchant for a flavor of roast goat? I'm just asking.
As you just see this insectoid robed creature just starts striking this thing, and every time it hits him with the crystal of the staff, these like bright sparks just unable to keep up as this thing is just focusing on the giant sort of half-healed wounds that were made by the insects in your thigh and your bicep that are half-healed, but just choosing to just wail on them in those injured spots, and you're just getting hit from all directions. That is just one final sweep under the leg as you land on your back. Ugh. And then as this happens, the hand just suddenly switches hands with the staff and goes and shoots that massive orb that collects at the end of the staff and shoots it right at the air elemental. And have you make a wisdom saving throw, Yerpi.
Okay, wisdom saving throw. Not the air elemental's biggest strong suit. Yeah, and my bad rolls are continuing. I got a 5.
Oh no.
5. Okay. So you will take the where'd it go? 5d10 psychic and suffer a random condition until the start of your next turn. So you're gonna take 30 points of psychic damage, and you are stunned.
Uh-oh.
So as this huge, just out of nowhere, all those lightning quick hits of the staff against the satyr, falls to the ground, takes the staff, turns immediately around, this huge orb just bam, shoots up right at the earth elemental, air elemental. At the first time, this huge orb just boom hits you as all this circling wind just sort of dissipates as this huge orb is able to make purchase, and all of a sudden you see the air elemental just stand perfectly in place, barely moving at all. As
the air is
still done.
That's wild.
Farewell to my 69 HP. It will be missed.
It was nice.
Well.
And then we got thrown there. Okay. All right. Well, that's going to be his turn. Oh, and also he got hit. He had his reaction from that hit that he halved, so he has an extra d6 radiant damage for the satyr. So you're going to take an additional 6 points of radiant damage.
Okay. If I'd just gotten hurt, I'm gonna try and use my reaction again and see and use another slot of that radiant stick and see if I can blind this creature with another con save if possible.
First time Seer hits.
Roll under a 16. Roll under a 16.
Okay. Ooh, it's a natural 1.
Ooh.
Oh yeah! My shiny stick got shinier. Let's go!
Woo!
Let go.
That's what it was. Yeah.
So is he blinded now too?
He is blinded until the end of his next turn.
Okay.
Speaking of the end of his turn, by the way,
Yeah.
does blindness on me end? Before you mentioned that it was until the beginning of his next turn, so I don't know if that had applied.
Let me just see. Suffering addition. I believe you were supposed to roll a saving throw at the end of your turn.
Okay.
Until the start of the Seer's turn. Yeah, so you would have rolled a saving roll for his turn to get out of
Okay. Sure.
+4 to that.
Very nice.
Oh, I did roll. I just rolled low. No, don't worry about it.
Once again, there are those potions that are
If only I could see
on the
them.
ground. You have other people who have eyes.
Don't worry, I don't need eyes. I'll just keep doing the same
fine.
thing.
It's fine. I have a plan. It's okay.
That's it.
Sort of.
Prometheus goddess.
I have half a plan.
I sort of got you.
It seemingly doesn't matter, Kanoa. You've done your fireball already.
Look,
I've already taken out most of them.
if I can't use precision, I'm gonna keep lobbing hand grenades. All right.
All right. So after that, Seer is Corso.
Okay, so right now, as far as we can tell, we see 2 people that we're dealing with, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've got 1 bug person here, and the Seer way in the back. Do I have line of sight with the air elemental in the way?
Oh, actually, no, Kanoa, my bad. You are no longer blinded. I just read up on it.
Was it a one-round thing?
Oh!
It said suffer a random condition until the start of the Seer's next turn. So until the start of his next turn. So that just lasts until his round, and then it would be done.
Not blind.
Yeah.
Woo!
I get to see this lovely display of 3 wondrous individuals in front of me. Look at that.
So, Dice, that means also frightened would be worn off as well, right?
Yes.
Because those happen the same time. Okay, cool. So I can leave your presence if need be. Super good. How are you doing?
I'm bloodied. Yes, I'm.
I would imagine not well.
But I'm looking rough, but making it. I wouldn't be too worried about me yet.
Okay, you sure?
Yep.
Cool. Then do I have? So that is 70 feet between me and the Seer. Would you say I have line of sight? I know the air elemental is in the way. I don't know how big we're saying that is or whatnot.
Well, it is a giant creature, and it is behind it. So, unfortunately, you would have to move kind of slightly more up into the north side to get a better vision there.
Cool, that's fine. So then I will do that. Actually, you know what? Yeah, actually, I'm just going to deal with this. I'm going to attack this guy right here in front of us with Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
I'm going to just snipe him out of the sky. And that's going to be 2 of them, because I'm at level 10 by now, so it's 2 of them. And that is a 27 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that will hit, yeah.
Cool. Then that is going to be, for the first beam, is 9 damage. And the second beam is 4 damage for a total of 13 damage.
Very nice.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, you see the paladin just take a step. Are you still on the warhorse, shooting it like a cowboy?
Yeah.
Sweet. It is like you suddenly see the. Are you still wreathed in flame, Kanoa Daddy, or is that kind of dissipated?
I am. No, that is lasting for at least a solid another 8 rounds.
Oh wow, sweet.
Very
So yeah, living torch.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Cool.
So yeah, the living torch here is just like suddenly you kind of see him wiping his eyes and.
Did I get him?
Did I get him? Yeah. Did it work?
Gestures to the more empty battlefield. I would say so.
Just see that one black ash smear on the one side of the killing floor and the fighting floor. As your vision now becomes unblurred a bit, you just be able to see clear. As the paladin beside you is like, my work here is done. Hit it. Just like takes off on the horse. Sees the floating bug above you, nattering around. Takes 2 giant shots. Bam! Hits it with purchase. Right bullseye. Hits the bug. Hits him right out of the sky. Starts to like plummet down, but is able to just like keep himself still up in the air. And you just see like a bunch of oozing green blood coming out of the side where you shot him. As those other marks are starting to become very much more apparent now. It is like just keeping up in the air, but it's like one wing is left buzzing, the other one's just barely flapping, like it's trying with all of its might to stay up there. It looks really messed up.
Gross.
Now, and you consider Eldritch Blast, that's casting spell for you, right?
Well, it's a cantrip, isn't it?
Yeah, Eldritch Blast is a cantrip.
Yeah, so you can still cast a spell or an attack.
Okay. Cool. So blast it with that cantrip, and then I'm going to hurl a dagger from where I'm at. And that is going to be
That is going to be.
Sorry, you can do a bonus action after the cantrip. Sorry, not an action.
Okay, no worries then. Then what I'm going to do on that?
I'm also gonna be right back real quick.
Yeah, no problem.
So you have. I already gave Aiden a +2, and the range on this 60 Constitution. 10 minutes. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, I'm already chilling with concentration on Shield of Faith, so I will not do anything else with my bonus action.
Okay. Still looking awesome as you just ride off into onto this dusty desert ground as all this dust kicks up with your horse. You just held in your hands, bam, bam, trying to shoot this thing out. Made two, was it 2 hits or just 1 hit? It was 2 hits, right?
2 beams.
Yeah. Bam, bam, hit him right down there as the bug is just struggling to get up in the air. But you know this thing is probably on its way out very soon, so you can focus on the big guy in the back. But good job there. Okay, up next, we got Red Queen.
Okay, so Margot sees what's going down, and she's like, okay, I've had enough of this. And she's going to move in the line of sight to everybody. So she's going to basically use her entire 30 walking speed. And she's going to just kind of wave her hand in front of her, and she's going to cast 5th level Scorching Ray.
Holy crap.
So I hope y'all are ready for a volley of 6 fireballs. Because she's like, I've had enough of this. So just imagine she waves her hand, and then all of a sudden there's just 6 little energy orbs right in front of her. She's going to take the first one and flick it directly to her left at the bug.
Okay.
So that is a 11.
11 will miss.
Okay. That was going to be epic if it hit.
Yeah. Would have.
Just the casual, that's dead. That's dead. That's dead. There's any allies left? I don't know. They're dead too.
Someone in the crowd.
All right. Well, you know what? She's going to go again and flick the second one over at him.
It'd look cool enough.
Yeah.
That is a 17.
17 will hit. Roll damage.
Okay, so let's see here. Oh, that is the wrong dice. Got to grab the right one. It's kind of hard to see here. That is 9 points of damage.
9 points. So you see,
put him down.
The Red Queen just moved back. Just all right. Got shown up a little bit by literally the living flame here with all those crazy fireball moves. You're like, I can't let him show me up. Just put your hand out. And again, this orb just kind of emanates out of your hand as your forearm is kind of wreathed in flame like a living fire gauntlet as you put one orb in the air and then you just go boop, 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 and you just have them all floating in the air. You kind of will them to come towards you. Ping! Float, just hit it. But you didn't really look at the bug when you did it. It goes as it just hits into the crowd on the other side. They're all screaming for a split second as the rest of the crowd just goes, and just all start cheering as loud as they can. And then as that happens, you're like, oh, sorry. Boom, hit it again. And that nattering
I don't
bug.
apologize. I just go, and then I do a second one.
No apologies at all. You're like,
no apologies.
Flick the second one. Lobs over. Oh. Explosion. Thing just turns to dust. It is so dead.
Okay, so now I take the other remaining 4 and I bring them even closer, and I look over at the cloaked, who is looking, he had his Matrix moment, and I'm looking at its staff, and I'd be like, oh, that'd look lovely if it was broken. And I'm just going to lob the remaining 4 directly at him.
Okay.
So for the first one, that is a 17.
17 will hit.
Okay.
Are blinded enemies shot at with advantage?
Oh, yeah, that's
I
right.
don't actually know.
Yeah. Yeah, they have advantage, so you can do all these at advantage.
Okay, cool. So first one hits for, let's see how many damage that would be. 8. So that's 9 damage.
Did you roll that first one as advantage just in case you crit on him?
Let's see here. Small computer desk. That wasn't a crit.
Okay.
It was a better roll, but it wasn't a crit.
All right, so we got 9 points on the first one.
All right, so let's see what the second one is going to be. That is a 14.
14 will miss, but you have advantage if you want to roll it again.
That is even worse. That is only an 11.
Yeah, that'll miss. Do the third one.
That is a 15 on that one, but I get advantage. That is a nat 20.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
So that one will hit.
That is a nat 20. That is only 2 points of damage, though.
Oh, so doubled, so 4.
4 points of damage. Okay, so I'm rolling for the third one now?
Fourth one.
Yeah, the
Okay.
final one.
That is a 22.
22 will definitely hit. You can roll again if you want to see if you get a crit shot.
Don't be evil, don't be evil, don't be evil. It's 2 less, but it'll still hit.
Yeah, so that you got a hit on that, so roll damage for it.
All right, last fireball. That is 10.
10, okay. All right, you're whittling this person in your hand. All right, so as that one fireball lobs to the crowd, killing around like 10 people. Second one boom, hits the floating insect in the air, just disintegrates on impact. The other 4 are still hovered around you, just turn around to the Seer. Now it's kind of distracted by attacking with the air elemental and the satyr. Just lob it over to them. Just a bunch of lobbed little grenades hit him. One missing and is trying to deflect it with its staff. It's gonna half. Actually, no, it's not gonna have any damage. It's gonna take all of that as he sort of lobs, just hit it down as it kind of hits the ground, looking over as you're just staring at him like, hello. As it looks up and it kind of notices that its little bug henchmen are all gone now, as it's like 6-on-1. Not looking good for this guy. All right, good job there. A little cluster bomb of mini fireballs.
When in doubt, burn it out.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what? I vibe with that.
So we got back to the top of the round with Aiden.
Yo, okay, so I'm gonna start off by moving 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. What is the range on this? That's 30. Ruler time. Ooh, not quite. Okay, so in that case, I'm going to use my bonus action to use my Boots of the Winding Path. That means I can teleport 15 feet to a square 15 feet, within 15 feet that I can see. So that's going to be another 1, 5,
Very
10,
nice.
15.
God, those are neat things.
Excellent.
Very shiny.
You are within range. Excellent. So I'm going to use... So that was my bonus action, and I'm going to use my action to cast Haste on the monk.
Oh, he's gonna get some.
Get him!
So as these shiny boots kind of come into action, as a couple clicks in the heel, this like radiant energy kind of takes over the designs of the boot as they light up on the sides, as it just dash forward and just hurl the spell at you. And you're like, why is everyone killing me? Boom! Get hit. And all of a sudden, your blood just starts to boil. Your heart starts beating 9 times faster. Like you just got a shot of adrenaline to the heart. Like, I can see everything! As you just start to slowly get up from being prone. Okay.
And that's my turn.
For that attack. Okay, good job there. Then we got Kanoa. Finally a vision.
I can see around.
I can see clearly now.
The blind is gone.
30 feet. 30 feet for me can be all the way up here next to you. Hey, buddy. Hello, friend of mine. Hello, good friend of mine. Don't worry, I'm not spending this round harassing you. I'm going to use it for combat.
Oh, good. I am not a babysitter, please.
as he puts he takes the wand out and basically creates a like 18 petaled flaming rose in his hand. He says, "Do you not want it?"
She like grabs it and like gently sets it on fire.
Well, it's already on fire. It's a flaming rose.
Like the double fire.
It's literally made of fire.
She literally just makes it like burst into more intense flame.
Wondrous, as he'll then you're holding it, he'll wrap his hand around yours, and then throw it out towards the Seer, as he uses the wand to cast 7th level magic missile using his lore wizard ability to change damage types from force to fire. Which will then go in tandem with his ability to add his charisma modifier onto every missile. We are looking at
evil by the moonlight.
what a romantic attack.
Scales.
9, 4,
Very
plus
tuxedo mask of you.
45? That sounds right.
In the name of Tiamat, we're here to punish you.
And I can reroll any ones that were rolled in that 69. Nice. But I do get to roll 2 of those ones. Nice. Well, awesome. They rolled a 2 and a 1. So 70 points of damage as magic missile will 9 magic missiles berate him.
Kanoa Daddy, how do you want to do this?
A simple matter of he takes it out of the hand with her and just kind of like blows it as it turns into a bunch of wisping, flaming butterflies that dart up gently and then zap straight towards him.
Wow, okay. So the rest of you kind of see this happening. The Seer sort of, as he was going in for that final blow with his staff, the Satyr was out. He was like, just fucking work! Bam! And the thing just blinds him for a split second, enough to not see Kanoa kind of breathe this flamed flower spell up out of nowhere, makes his way over to the dragon. They have a conversation. This ethereal flamed flower emanates from his hands. Petals fly out in all directions, and before they kind of fall to the ground, they turn into several different butterflies flapping around into the air as they just willfully, just subtly make their way over. And as soon as they kind of get in the general direction of the Seer, as he's blinded, kind of finding his purchase, trying to find his ground, his footing, kind of looks up, and these butterflies just go, just make a giant dive like daggers. And again, just like, oh man, it's like a bombing raid from a jet fighter just goes over, all over as they just sink right into him. Body parts flying, parts of the robe flying, the staff explodes as the Satyr again is just like, and starts backing up from all these massive explosions going on. The air elemental, still kind of stunned in place, suddenly able to kind of break free and use the wind powers to kind of blow the fire away from the Satyr. So the Seer just takes all of it, and it is just blown into smithereens. Okay.
Can I just like look over at Kanoa and be like, so about that drink?
He says, I believe you said I was cuter when I didn't talk. Does that mean you think I'm cute?
Did I give you permission to speak?
Oh, hey.
My apologies. I'll just offer out a hand.
And she like gently puts a finger on his lips and then just walks.
Prometheus kind of calls out, "Take the hint."
All right. So with that, you all rise up. Some of you battered and bloodied. Some of you doing pretty okay. Come together, heal each other, lick your wounds. You survive the final round of this 4-day tournament, making it to the very end. Fighting.
Sorry, out of curiosity, raise your hand if you did not take damage at all during that fight.
Okay, well, we don't need the.
It's fine. No, just you and I are there for me.
Look, man, it ain't easy tanking. This man was on the front line the whole time.
What?
Why?
I was just curious.
I was on the front line and my character took no damage, so.
You technically were a big air elemental. Did the air elemental take any damage?
Yeah, maybe. But I'm still at my full hit points.
Well played.
I'd like to not waste my haste with because my current speed is 55. With the haste, it makes it 110. And then I can just do a whole couple of laps around.
You're that vine, dude.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea how fucking fast I am?
Look over at Corso. Let's race because he's still on the horse.
Yeah.
So the rest of you kind of collectively gather in the middle of the ring as the crowd cheering you on. That kind of blood-splattered section of the ring of the arena is being cleaned up by some of the guards from the back splatter of the fireball hit. But Giles Montgomery just comes and goes, well done, give it up for our warriors.
Can I do a naughty and just be like, can I just cast a fireball at him and ready like a little orb? Just
if you want to take a defensive step like that.
Do it.
I just want to be like, this is so droll, and just shoot a fireball.
He looks at you, and as you're preparing, he's like, whoa, wait. Do you want your grand prize or not? You won't get it if you kill the host. Just saying.
Yes.
So she just makes a beckoning gesture.
Nebula leans down and is like, just wait till after we get the prize, and then technically we're fine.
There's no rules against maiming after it's all said and done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Princess, I believe they call those laws, actually.
Oh.
It was just that.
Well, I'm going to assume that I'm not.
That's not.
Really?
But he was saying.
Yes.
I mean, really, are laws nothing more than just rules that are put in place by those in power to keep those who are not in power in line?
If we're still technically in the arena, can it be considered a battle?
DM's not having any part.
I'm just
y'all don't burn yourselves out yet.
If Giles doesn't get it, none of us are happy with this whole ordeal. Everyone over the course of this several days has just been we're gonna get that dude. That's how this is happening.
That guy.
So long story short, all of us are just give us the money now.
And as it happens, you kind of beckon him to come down. He's just he has his two guards beside him. He's I'm not fucking going down there. Go back. And then two guards
That man's got more intelligence than any of us.
Kind of comes down the stairs and about 6 guards, one for each of you, comes out with a pillow with this very fine arrow on top of it with a bit of little bit of tattered cloth kind of wisping out the end of it. It comes down, they all bend a knee and put the pillow up in front of you and hold this weapon out for all of you to grab. And if you look on the Twitch screen right now, you can see what the weapon looks like.
Ooh. Oh my god.
So,
is this Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah. So this golden wreathed arrow with a fine wisp of threading at the end. Giles says, and for our grand prize, our winners here have won a very rare item indeed, courtesy of the Lord of City of Brass, Whistler. And what this weapon does, it also, if any of you want to come back and do another Monster Fight Club, you will have this weapon to use for next time. So what this is a wondrous item, legendary, requires attunement. Similar in size to a heavy crossbow bolt. Once attuned, this +2 magical bolt can change speed, elevation, and direction based on a pattern of intricate whistles. With practice, the bolt can be a deadly weapon, weaving its way through enemies before returning to your hand. As an action, you can release the bolt and move it up to 60 feet, and any change in the bolt's path costs 5 feet of movement and requires a charisma check, DC 13 performance. Make a separate ranged weapon attack against any creature, friend or foe, in the bolt's path. You are proficient with the bolt and add your charisma modifier to its attacks and damage. If you hit a creature with a challenge rating of 1 out of 4 or less, it drops to 0 hit points. If you hit a creature with higher challenge rating, it takes 3d10 piercing damage instead. If the bolt reduces a creature to 0 hit points or misses, it can continue its movement. If not, the bolt becomes stuck and its movement ends. A stuck creature suffers 1d10 points of piercing damage at the end of each of its turns until the bolt is removed. A creature can use its bonus action and make a strength check, DC 15, to remove the bolt. If the If the arrow strikes a solid obstacle, it may also become stuck or deflect, depending on the material. You can unstick the bolt by expending half the bolt's movement. If the bolt enters your space, you can grab it and stow it as a part of your action. Otherwise, the bolt drops to the ground unless you use your action in subsequent turns to continue its path. The bolt must remain within 100 feet of you or it drops to the ground. You must be able to produce audible sound in order to control the bolt.
Prometheus kind of picks up the bolt, stares at it for a minute, examines it, studies it, before holding it out to the rest of the party and says, "Someone else take this. I want to learn how to make it."
Two of those things. All right.
Well, you'll likely need to research it a bit further, would you not? Pick it apart.
I would love to pick it apart if I could, but if I pick it apart, I don't know if I'll be able to put it back together, so someone else take it before I start taking apart.
Can I just like take mine and hand it to Prometheus and be like, this doesn't interest me? And just like give it to Prometheus and be like, tinker away.
Sure.
Are we each getting one or is there one?
Yeah, you each get one.
We each get one.
There's one. Fight.
Oh, okay.
Wait, that's the real final battle. There was
I
a
don't
part
know
2 to
why.
this all along.
Take it off and give it a whistle and see what it can do and watch it fly. Oh yeah, that's
Just
the
starts
stuff.
flying all around you. Yeah.
I like this. This is real fast, real speed.
Nebula's looking his over, and it's this point where he says, "So that's why I got sent here." And he leans over to look at Giles up on the podium, and he says, "Why don't you tell everyone where you got these?"
I'll let back on.
Can I scorch him yet? Is that appropriate?
Can I like Prometheus is like whistling to try to see like
if it'll work yet, yeah.
if it'll work, and if it does, he's gonna point it at Giles's throat.
Y'all fucking wild, and Corinne takes his and puts it in a bag, and he also takes the pillow.
Are you gonna fire?
This is that like fade to black kind of moment, like for whatever. But Nebula is definitely powering up because he's like, the whole reason I got warped to this shitty fucking place. Now I get it. You stole these. You stole these from the other plane.
I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, I just host these things. I don't provide weapons and stuff. They just give me a script and I read it. I mean, Jim, you know what I'm talking about, right?
He'd be a
Jim's
lot cuter if he stopped talking too.
Oh, Jim.
It's their line.
looks behind him. His guards have just like backed up to the edge, like out of the room as he's just standing there.
Prometheus just has it pointed to Giles's like throat and just says, "I would love to know where you got these, just so I know what parts I'm going to need to make these better."
And he transforms, Nebula transforms his face to look like a face that theoretically whoever, hijacking roleplay here, whoever stole these from the plane, from the Forge Master, he transforms his face to look like the Forge Master. And so someone who has seen that face would know. And he's like, and his voice changes too. "Do you not remember killing a demigod? Do you not remember taking things that don't belong here?" And this is Nebula's whole thing. His job is to go hunt down people who have done stuff in other planes that do not belong here. And so
the fact he's here and he sees this, he's like, I get it now.
Okay, well, I think that's all we have today. Get on with the rest of the show. You guys want to just take some out to the holding cells? He's just going to try to like wrap things up really, really fast. You guys are welcome to shoot at him if you want.
Do you feel lucky?
I hope next stream that Giles is gone and there's a new master of the game.
He's trying to. He's like, you guys. Like, first off, are you going to shoot at him?
Oh hell yeah! No, Eldritch blast away.
No, like me and him just like hold our hands up and like wall, and I'm like, I have no idea what's happening. I'm just here for the fun.
Okay, so Eldritch blast. You're gonna send your.
Knowing now that he's like bad, I'm going to, since I haven't expended any spell slots whatsoever, I'm going to use my 5th level spell slot, Conjure Elemental, and bring another air elemental into the
All right. Air elemental forms. Eldritch blast fired. Whistle just fires up into the upper podium. Are you using fireball or scorching ray? Or?
I want to just go full fireball. I feel like fireball is to whom it may be concerned.
Okay.
Fuck you and anything within 40 feet.
You all just start. You see Giles like, oh, okay, show's over. I think we better get out of here. And you can see him like trying to get to the end of the door, and it's like, but let me out. Let me. Starts trying to get out of the room. He's like, no, let me out of here. And all these huge hurls of magic just go up into this upper column podium that he's up there. As all the crumbles and cracks from the stone workings just fall on parts of the crowd, murdering like groups of 10s of 20 people, just as everyone scatters out in all directions from the ceremonies. The fireworks in the air just look like the end of celebration, except it's blood and murder and fire. All of the audience members are all scattering all over. A group of about like 50, 60 guards, all fire elementals and Afridi, just like all come out in succession, all surrounding you, all with different weapons and fire abilities, just out, pointing them right at you.
Well, guys, I think this is going to be the beginning of a fun night.
I'm still on a couple of drinks.
And that's where we're going to end the Monster Fight Club, I guess.
Allow me to do my simple only thing a man can do. Hold on, is it just myself? Oh no. Wait, I need to know. Oh dear. How many other people can I bring?
As that's happening, whatever you're charging up, Nebula just says like, what? Oh, dang it. Best of luck. And he gets warped out of this area by his god to be sent on another mission because he knows, oh, that was it. Whoa. God.
And he'll just simply run up to you, Red Queen, and wrap an arm and say, gods, you're crazy. As he swipes an arm and dimension doors himself away a mile away. No, northeast. Fuck it, we pick a direction. Northeast. Yeet.
So with it just being Prometheus, Thea,
only take one, I'm sorry.
Moose, I'm so sorry. What was your character's name again?
I just got yoinked.
Oh, sorry, Iranius.
Iranius. So Iranius, Prometheus, and Thea just left surrounded by these guards. Prometheus just looks at the 2 remaining ones and he says, I think now's a great time to practice with these arrows, don't you think?
I concur.
And that's where we'll end Monster Fight.
Woo!
All right, well, that was certainly an interesting ending for sure.
Well,
good job, guys. Those were core spawn from the Guide to Wildemount book. That's found deep in the nether regions of Jorhas, way deep underground. Yeah, they had really cool abilities, but some of those fireballs and just those explosive spells just eradicated them right off the gate.
You just had them so close together at the start, I couldn't help myself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
no, it's what
And
happens.
didn't like 4 of you have first initiative? So like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that put a damper on that.
Yeah, it happens, but that's why, and just so everyone's still watching, like, I didn't ask them, like, they didn't know what they were fighting either, and I didn't even look at their character sheets till we started, because I like the kind of randomness of, like, they just kind of pick what they want to fight, and then I just kind of plan what I want them to fight, and then we'll see just how it comes about. But yeah, no, that went really well. Almost downed one of you, as the Satyr had a couple of unlucky rolls there, but... Just on a whole round of combat, the monk misses all shots. That is it barely ever happens.
Oh.
It's a bad shot. My bad. Cool.
Yeah, but again, thank you guys all for watching. I hope you had fun doing that. I hope these guys had fun playing for a little bit, doing some battles. And let's see. Kanoa Daddy wins the most damage trophy with over 400 points of damage doled out.
Fuck.
The entire fight. So good job there. So yeah, these fights again, guys, they're for fun. They're to test out stuff. You know, not every fight can be a 8-hour BBEG fight because that just gets draining sometimes without the ramp up. So yeah, I'm glad everyone had a good time. I hope you guys will see these people again in the arena sometime soon. I'll definitely love having you guys back in again. And yeah, thanks for coming to Monster Fight Club, peeps. See you next time.
Can I do a thing real quick, bud?
Oh yeah.
Can I do one more thing?
Yeah.
Wait, do you stream tomorrow night?
No.
Perfect, then I can plug.
Yeah.
Me and my friends, we run a Dungeons & Dragons campaign on Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. That is what, 6 Pacific?
Yeah.
And I'm using this very same character, just when he's much, much older and less of a fucking flirt. If you want to come in and hang out and chill with us, 6 Pacific, 9 EST, twitch.tv/KanoaDaddy. I would love to see you guys there. I love all these people doing D&D content. These guys have been awesome. I'd love to see you guys. That's all. That's it.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Thanks, guys. If anyone else has anything you want to plug in? No?
Saturday, I'm restocking my Etsy store with all the dice that I make. So
Yeah.
if anybody wants a new set of handmade dice, no, like the only worker working in the sweatshop is me. So if you want to support that, for that, Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Check out that shop. Do
Yeah.
it.
Episode 8 of our podcast, episode 8 of Lark Gaming drops next Tuesday. So check that out, Lark Gaming and Mischief on Spotify and Apple or larkpodcast.com.
Nice.
Sunday, Arcane Adventurers one shot, and Tuesday, Arcane Adventurers campaign day. I don't know if I'm going to be there on Tuesday. I won't be there on Sunday, but you'll see me around there just hanging about. I got stuff to do this weekend.
Yeah. Got important stuff.
And if you hop onto my Twitch channel over at the Super Goat next week sometime, we're figuring out times, but I will have another one shot sorted out for some people of color and other minoritized communities in the D&D community. So hop on by; it'll be fun times.
Hell yeah.
And then Hales?
All I gotta say is if y'all need art, feel free to commission me. All my commissions are now open, so I can do everything from portraits, D&D portraits. If y'all need your characters ever drawn up, feel free to shoot me a DM or a message, and we can talk details, and I can give you the pretties.
Do it.
They
They've
are
done 2 of the characters from our podcast. Do that.
Oh, nice. That's dope. Sweet. Well, again, thank you all for coming. Have a great rest of your day. And yeah, we'll see you guys on here. We got our part 2 of the Prince of Frost saga fight for this Sunday with another group of players. So we'll see you then, but stay safe out there, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night.